Welcome to a brand new unboxing of the Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Great naming scheme. I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, and also taking a complete steaming dump all over Sony approach to dealing with their devices, specifically their phone lineup, which previously actually had some kind of purpose, but now it doesn't. So, for the people that are watching this in a probably different language, I do want to point out I am truly sorry for the absolute abhorrent translation that you're about to hear that is done by AI. So yeah, that's going to be absolutely awful, considering it does struggle quite a lot trying to figure out what I'm saying in a cohesive manner. But in any case, so taking a look at the box itself, we have a Sony sticker right here. With a tag, because Sony is afraid that anyone would want to steal their piece of shit phone. Wow, that's rich. Don't worry, Sony, no one wants this trash. Great. Yep, there we go. So you can see we have a little ribbon right here, and under that, I'll just try to rip that off. Come on. You know what, I can be bothered with this one. But yeah, there is like a layer to it. Anyway, here we have the what could be considered a more budget version of the Xperia phones. So this is obviously the 10, just the newest version of it, and that's a relatively small device, to be honest. 6.1 inches. So this is a smallest Samsung S25 as a size comparison, so just a little bit taller. And in terms of width of it, it's tiniest bit wider by like the literal plastic frame. Now, because this is Sony, it literally doesn't come with anything on the screen as a protection. No major like manufacturers put any care into that, so you have just bare screen right here, no screen protector, no case in the box. Shit, Sony doesn't even give you any more cable. Awesome. So I guess that's too much for even a budget device. Awesome. By the way, when I'm saying budget device, this specific, in terms of performance, is a budget phone. By all intents and purposes. The price, on the other hand side, is on the higher end of mid-range. And as the price would indicate, this device should be coming with way better specifications than what it actually comes with. Which I'm going to talk about that later on when I'm giving a comparison to another device that costs half as much and outperforms this flat out. So, let's start with the display right here, which, like I mentioned, is a 6.1 inch with a 1080 by 2340 pixel resolution, OLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, and just HDR. No 10, no 10 Plus, no Dolby Vision, no other gimmicks that Sony would actually need to pay for. Because for $500, that's too much to ask for. Okay, we have 82.9% screen to body ratio, which means we're basically like 7% off of what could be considered a modern device with these hideous bezels at the top and bottom, and also on the sides as well. These are, by all intents and purposes, not a small bezel. I can get my phone just to, let me just kind of turn on Lite mode and open up settings, as this is going to be the best way to showcase this. So this device right now has a screen protector, which you can kind of see around the camera, this ring, which already adds tiny bit of bezel, additional bezel, just because of this screen protector having like this black border. So the actual phone bezels are smidge smaller than what you actually see right here already, and these dwarf what Sony has right here on their $500 device. Now, it might not be too fair to compare a $1,000 device to a $500 device. So let's compare a $200 device to this one. So I'm just going to quickly open it up in a new tab just to pull up the information. And what I'm looking for is, actually there are two different devices that I can look at. Let's see. Oops. Looking for is this, there we go. Okay, so one device, which I'm not going to name the actual device just yet. I'm going to do that at the end as a kind of, you know, sneak peek thingy thing. So the device that costs less than half of this at like $200 comes with 86.7% screen to body ratio. Also has HDR10 Plus and a peak brightness of 3000 nits with 2160/100 pull rate. So meaning the screen is super responsive. And the other one, a little bit more expensive, basically at the price of this, comes with 90% screen to body ratio. Now this is just screen to body ratio, but the screen itself is also way more certified, let's call it this way. So it has over 1900 Hertz pull rate, again the responsiveness of your touch inputs, Dolby Vision certified, HDR10 Plus certified, and a peak brightness of 3200 nits. So these are two devices that completely shit all over this device in terms of just the display. I want to remind you that Sony is one of the bigger manufacturers of displays. They're, for instance, for micro OLED displays, they are literally the best company, and yet they give you such an abhorrent shit as an option right here while trying to fleece you out of your money. Anyway, let's continue on. So, apart from the mediocre display for the price, let's take a look at the cameras, and boy oh boy do those look absolute shit. So we have 50 megapixel f1.9 aperture, 24mm wide lens, and 13 megapixel 2.4 aperture, 16mm 123 degree ultra wide. Now with these amazing cameras, sarcastically speaking, you can capture videos at 4K at whopping 30 frames per second. Wow. So almost like we went back in time a couple years. And at 1080p you get 60 along with slow motion of 120. So they actually are matching budget devices. Cool. Anyway, at the front we have an 8 megapixel 2.0 aperture 26mm wide lens in the bezel. Not even a hole punch, because the bezel right here is so humongous that it can fit an entire camera now. So yeah, it's just there. And that camera, the selfie one, gets you 1080p 30 frames. We're back to budget territory now again. So the cameras right here, at least on paper, are not anything to rave home about. Not for a nearly $500 device. And one thing that I do want to point out is another that I didn't mention with the screen. We have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor with an OLED display, which could have had a under-display sensor, just to give you a bit modern look, but I guess, again, it's probably more expensive, so here it goes, a budget solution. Fingerprint sensor on a power button, just like every actual budget device. Awesome. Anyway, in terms of build quality around, we have a plastic phone. So, plastic frame, plastic back. We do have actually headphone jack at the top, microphone. Then on the right side we have our volume rockers, power button, and the camera shutter button. Then at the bottom we have a Type-C with another mic. We have, interestingly enough, speakers. So let's see if I can actually capture this on the video. Come on. Oh, there we go. So you can barely see the slit right here. So these are speakers facing forward, and there's one in the earpiece. So this will get you better sound quality out of your phone compared to, like, for instance, something like this, presumably, as you do have a bit more surface area right here for the sound, which is also facing towards you. Now let's move over to the internals, which this amazing device, we have a 5000 mAh battery, which is decent battery size for the phone size actually, and we have 8 GB of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, so that's a bit on the lower end, but Sony is one of those companies that still includes a SD card reader right here, so that's obviously nice that we can use expendable storage. So 128 gigs might be on the lower end, but you can just pop a SD card and expand it further. We have, and that's gonna be very painful, Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 as a processor in here. So basically a low-end processor. Yeah, that's basically all the worth mentioning information. Nothing really stands out right here for the nearly $500 price tag of this device. And the things that do stand out is the the lacking part, like the chunky bezels at the top and bottom, and a little bit less, but still chunky on the sides. The budget build of being fully plastic, apart from obviously the screen. The lacking of certifications. The battery, I would say, is okay right here, considering this device is like nearly 1,000 milliamp hours less. I think it's like 4,000 if I remember correctly. It's about the same size, give or take. So with that in mind, this one has a bit bigger battery, although it's not really specified what battery type it is in here. So yeah, such thing. The battery is pretty decent here, and that's really where my kind of praise stops. The battery is decent. I don't know how fast it charges. It's not mentioned. In terms of Android, it's coming with Android 15 with 4 major Android upgrades, so up to like 19 presumably. Yeah, that's basically everything that there is. Now, like I mentioned, I'm gonna give you the other devices. So the names of the two devices, the one that is half the price of this one is the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Now the one that is about the same price as this one is going to be the Xiaomi 15. Now CMF phone is from nothing. And this is an American brand, while obviously Xiaomi is Chinese. But both of them are available in US. And the Xiaomi is going to be same price while offering flagship device. Like straight up, it's a flagship phone with fast charging, bigger battery, 12 to 16 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 8 Elite, triple 50 megapixel sensors, wide telephoto and ultra wide, that gives you 4K 30 and 4K 60 with HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision 10-bit video recording and all that jazz, while also having a 32 megapixel selfie. So it just completely demolishes this device at the same price. There is just no comparison. And one of the reasons people used to pick these devices was because of the ability for you to use this device as a viewfinder for your Sony camera. It's one of those things that basically it's a niche kind of feature that isn't advertised, but it was one of the only reasons I would say to ever even go for this device, because it sure as shit didn't have any other reasons. And now you get to overpay for that feature, while also then being forced to pay a monthly subscription, because Sony decided to take it away from people that already purchased devices like this, the previous generation, and put it behind a paywall. So a feature that you had, you now don't. Feature that shouldn't require a subscription, because it's not cloud-based, and if it is, it sure shit shouldn't be, because it's literally connecting to your camera either through a cable or possibly wireless. Hell, I can open up my phone and look for Sony. Oh wow, look at that, Sony camera. I can download this from Play Store and through NFC just smack the camera that I have right here, which is a video camera from Sony, and I can connect wirelessly and basically have similar kind of functionality. And guess what? I don't even need to pay a subscription for that. Now these devices had the benefit, ability to connect through a USB-C to the camera and give you that footage. Yeah, now it costs you $5 per month. Up your ass, basically, as Sony decided to go. So yeah, there is no reason why anyone should support this kind of bullshit behavior. This absolute like garbage, fleecing out of money kind of behavior. It's pathetic, to be completely honest. So yeah, Sony can go screw themselves by producing dogshit phones and then trying to fleece you with a subscription for the only feature that you'd ever pick this device for, I would say, because it sure as shit doesn't offer anything else. And like I mentioned, you can buy at the same price, for instance, the Xiaomi, and download the application and connect your camera via the application wirelessly. And you don't even need a subscription for that. So it makes this kind of useless. And the other device at half the price, like I said, CMF Phone 2 Pro, is also a fantastic device, which comes with a Dimensity 7300 Pro processor, which again, faster than we have right here. It comes with a double 50 megapixel wide and telephoto cameras, 8 megapixel ultra wide that do 4K 30 and 1080p up to 60 with 120. Like, this is basically what this phone offers with one additional camera. and 16 megapixel selfie that does 1080p 30. So let me quickly check, was it 1080p right here, was also 30. So in terms of cameras, it's very similar to what we have right here, just with the added benefit of having one additional lens for you to mess around with. And other than that, it's faster processor. Screen is going to have higher pull rate, HDR10 plus certification with a peak brightness of 3000 nits, higher screen to body ratio, and also higher storage options with 256 and 8 gigs, also expandable via SD card. So again, you're not really limited there either. And all that for about $200. So this is coming at closer to $500, offering way less. That device that I just mentioned, the CMF phone, is offering more while costing half the price, just because it doesn't have this garbage logo right here. Because like, this is now a positive thing. Xperia now means you're going to be paying extra as a monthly subscription rather than getting a decent device like it used to. And when it used to, that was like decades ago, by the way. So yeah, no reason to pick this up. I'd go for other devices that actually offer you a product that is worth the money and respect you as a customer, rather than sell you a bullshit phone and then try to force you to pay a subscription by changing the terms of purchase after your purchase, because that's basically what Sony did. There are people that bought the previous version of these devices and now they can't use the feature that they literally paid for, because Sony decided to go back on what they were selling, change it, put it behind a paywall, and you can do shit about it. You're just forced into it. So screw this. You don't know when they decide to maybe put a subscription on their skin of Android, and you might be forced to, I don't know, pay to just use your device as a monthly subscription. Because if they can do that, shit, nothing is stopping them from going further, to be completely frank. So don't support this crap. Put your money somewhere else where it actually matters, and just get a better device that doesn't try to fleece you out of your money. It doesn't make you pay a subscription for a product that you physically own. So anyway, hopefully you found this video helpful, or my rant specifically. And if you did, smash that like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set up your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, as you can see, this bad boy is now freshly out of the hard reset and it's completely new. So let's actually set it up. So first of all, we can change the language here, but of course I'm going to stay in English. You can also go into visual aids, so you can, for example, change some accessibility settings if you feel that you need to. And lastly, you can perform an emergency call in case you have found your phone and you need to call like an ambulance or something. It's completely fine to do it. Now let's go into get started. And we first need to agree to important information. Usually it's like terms of service and all of that. But of course nobody ever reads that, so let's ignore this. Now we have something very important. We have the ability to set up our phone using another device. This is especially useful if you're moving from older device to newer one, because you can just go into Android device or iPhone or iPad if you want to, and you can just copy basically every single setting from the older device and you can skip this entire process. But I do not have the older device that I'm migrating from, so let's go into skip. Now we can connect to Wi-Fi. As you can see, our phone is now searching for different networks, and let's, for example, well, usually you probably want to connect to your network. I have a couple to choose from, but I think that this one has the best signal strength. So now we must input the simple password. And if the password is correct, we should be able to simply go into connect. And as you can see, we now have internet access, which is pretty cool. Now we must check the following. So as you can see, we do have this typical end user license agreement, but also we can agree to optional thing. That is basically, oh yeah, you can basically give away your information. That's not something you probably want to do. So let's just go into next. And now we are getting our phone ready. This may take a few minutes, and some device information that's needed for setup is now being sent to Google, our operator, and their partners. So once again, our data is being sold. Well, that's a sad life of living in 21st century, I guess. Yeah, so I'm going to pause the recording because this may indeed take a few minutes. It's really depending on your signal strength. And after some moments, we now have this. So now we are checking our network info, and this as well may take a few minutes. So once again, I'm going to pause the recording. Or I didn't even... Okay, I couldn't really start. Now we have something very interesting. We need to verify our pattern. If you have a new phone, you probably don't need to do this, but because I performed a factory reset via the recovery mode, I could have done that to anyone. So if I would stolen somebody's phone and perform a factory reset there, I could just have a freshly new phone, which is pretty bad. So this is basically the anti-thief, anti-burglary setting. And if you don't really remember your old pattern, I would probably advise you to use your Google account. And if you don't really recognize that account, you can always go into forgot password and you should be able to get your account back, hopefully. However, I'm not going to go into much deep with that, because we have a full tutorial on how to skip the DMI verification. I believe it's called DMI verification, I don't really remember, but you can always search it up on our channel. So we have now the ability to sign in into Google account. If you don't want to, this is completely skippable by just clicking skip. But I do think that for the purpose of this video, and I want this video to be as broad as possible, I want to input and log in into my Google account now. And by the way, as a little fun fact, you don't really have to manually type in the @gmail.com, because we can always just go into next. And if the first part of the Gmail actually exists and is a valid Gmail that exists in the Google database, they should be able to just verify you, and now we can enter our password. And after we have done that, we can simply go into next. And now we can choose who will be using this device. We can either choose that we will be using this device or our child. Now, basically, this is the question if you want to set up family link or not. In other words, if you don't trust your child enough, or your child is addicted enough to your phone that it needs parental controls. Of course, I'm not going to go into too deep into that, because once again we have full tutorials for the parental controls, and generally speaking, you probably want to use the device yourself, not give it to your child. But once again, if you want to learn how to set up Family Link, you can always set it up later, not in the setup screen, but you can always just do that in our other tutorial. Now we must agree to terms of service, play terms of service, and privacy policy. Once again, nobody ever bothers to read that, so I'm just not going to do as well. And you can always note that we cannot not agree to these terms. We have to agree, otherwise we won't be able to add the Google account to our device. Now we can connect to mobile network. This is probably the only part I'm going to skip, only because I don't really have a SIM card on me right now, so I'll just skip it. But once again, if you want to, you can always watch our tutorial on how to input your SIM card, but it's very, very easy to do. Like we should see this, I believe. This is your... oh yeah, we can simply just do this. And here you can input your SIM card. But once again, I don't really have my SIM, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, that's pretty cool. So let's skip the SIM for now. And now we can set up a PIN. Or you can go into other screen lock options and, for example, set up pattern, PIN, or password. Now, this is also skippable, but I'm going to quickly set up a very simple pattern. Let's say it's in this L shape. Let's clear it. Let's do in this L shape, just because it's very easy. It doesn't really cost you anything, and it improves your security by a lot. Let's go to confirm. And now we can set up our fingerprint. This is the only part that I'm going to skip as well, because it takes some time and we have tons of tutorials for fingerprint adding. So let's go into not now. And now it's very similar to the previous setting. We have the ability to copy apps and data. Once again, if you're migrating from older device and you have older device full of your applications, especially the ones that are your favorites, or your images, videos, and all of that, I would strongly advise you to go into next and then proceed from here. But I do not really have the older device on me right now, so I will go into don't copy. Just note that I think that you won't be able to do it legit way. You will have to do it like around, or you will have to install third-party applications to carelessly send from older device data to the newer device. Now we have few Google services. I'm going to only disable the send usage and diagnostic data, and I'm going to go accept. And we also have Google services. We have the ability to back up our device. I'm strongly advising you to do it, because in case of, I don't know, losing your phone or dropping it into a sewer or being like stolen from or something, you will lose everything on your device. However, if you have set up or if you have backup enabled, you won't lose it, which is pretty cool. So let's go into turn on backup. And after a moment, we should see further options, like choosing our browser and search engine. Of course, this is completely up to you. I'm personally going to choose Firefox, just because I like it. And I'm going to go with Brave, I think, because I'm a brave person. Now we have the ability to continue setup. I'm going to continue because once again, I want this video to be very full and very compact. So we have the ability to meet Gemini, our personal AI assistant. And fun fact, it's actually enabled by default. You have to say no thanks, so the Hey Google feature won't really work. We can also let nearby contacts share with us. So I will go with no thanks, because this will waste quite a long battery. And finally, we have the ability to review additional apps. Usually, I would say that almost all of it is bloatware, but actually, most of this is very useful information, for example, from Google. Actually, by default, you don't have a calculator app, which is quite funny. And you can, for example, I'm going to disable all of this, just because I don't really want to have all of this Sony nonsense. I'm also going to remove the Fitbit from here, YouTube Music, and the Google TV. But of course, once again, it's completely up to you what you want to keep or what you don't want to keep. By default, we also have 3-button navigation, but I'm going to switch to gestures just because I think they're pretty fun. And I believe we can go here and we can see a nice tutorial for how we can actually use gestures. So let's go into next. And finally, we can go into no thanks. And after quite a long time, we should now see our phone. But of course, we first need to wait a couple of minutes. So once again, I'm going to pause the recording. And after a few minutes, we should see this. And now we can click that beautiful finish button, and we can now see our beautiful UI and everything else we have it. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to learn what you want to do after setting up your phone, you can always watch our first things to do after setup video. But anyway, that's all from me. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of your device. So, when you boot it up for the very first time, you should be presented with the same screen that you can see on my end. And in here, you want to select your desired language. As you can see, we have a plethora of languages to choose from. Next, we're going to just click on Get Started once you have selected your language. And we have some important information. I am aware of the important information, warranty, safety, etc. Now, that is the most kind of bullshit kind of legal document that I've ever seen. So you don't really know what you're agreeing to, and the way it's worded, it makes it look like it's not very important. Great job, Sony. I can always rely on you to try to F over other people. So let's see. Important information. Oh wow, would you look at that? We have other things like warranty periods, about warranty, country, region, specific terms of warranty, guidelines for safety and efficient use, some SAR value for UK and EU, statements, export regulations, trademarks, and anyway, I just click on done, whatever. Now moving on, we have set up using another device. So if you have a second phone, you will probably see a pop-up on it. So I'm going to just bring mine up. Just go back. Can I go back? No, I can't. Okay, so never mind. I won't be showing it because this piece of shit can't go back. Great setup. So normally you get a pop-up, but I did close it by mistake when I was just closing my messaging app. And once you close it, it doesn't show up again. And on this fantastic thing, you can't go back. Because God forbid, you would be able to actually change things in the setup if you decided to set it up differently. Anyway, moving on, we have connect to Wi-Fi. This step is completely optional. You don't need to do that if you don't want to. And if you do, you can just sign into it. And then just connect one very quickly. Next, we have check the following. So you have the I agree to end user license agreement, and the second one is optional. So don't check this. Just don't. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's optional, you should never agree to it. Moving on, getting your phone ready, like we didn't have enough time before. So here we have the sign-in page for Google. Now this is optional, you don't need to sign in, but if obviously you're planning to download some kind of applications from the Play Store, you most likely want to sign in. I'll just disregard this and move on to the next page. Yes, skip signing in. Connect to mobile network. Now you can do so by inserting a SIM card or connecting an eSIM, as you can see right here. Now this page will, I believe, only show up if you have connected to Wi-Fi. As to set up your SIM card, or eSIM specifically, you do need a network connection. Here we can select a PIN. Now by default it opts into a 4-digit PIN, but we can change screen lock options and choose pattern or password out of the other options. Or you can just skip protecting it altogether. Now I am actually going to select a pattern, just because without any kind of protection we wouldn't get this page. So set up your fingerprint, as the device does have a fingerprint sensor right here. You can also add your fingerprint. I'm going to select not now. I don't want to add it, I just wanted to showcase this. And you can also see that there is no face recognition, even though the device has a selfie camera. Anyway, moving on, we have Google services like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now you can turn all of these off, but let's be honest, it's Google. It's not like these options do F all for Google. They will gather your data one way or another, with or without your permission. I'm pretty sure about that one. And if they didn't, well, then there wouldn't be cases like, for instance, criminal being found because they decided to take their device, even though it was, for instance, in airplane mode, which would imply disconnects from everything, but yet somehow the device was still being tracked. So are we really not sending user and diagnostic data or using location if I turn that off, if you still can locate me? Just because you don't do it through the mentioned ways right here, don't mean that there are other ways that you can't do this through that you didn't mention. So it means absolutely F all right here, that, oh, they're not going to use Wi-Fi and GPS to locate me. They're just going to use Bluetooth or other bullshit that allows them to pinpoint my location. So it doesn't really matter what you do right here. At the end of the day, it's Android and it's gathering the most absurd amount of data that you can ever imagine that you just don't know. Anyway, moving on, we have choose your browser and search engine. Okay, so we have several different browsers. Now, these aren't all the browsers that you can choose, to be completely frank with you, but these are the ones that Google decided, or maybe got beaten over the head, to add as options over the Chrome, because, you know, monopoly is bad when this was coming out, but apparently it's good now. So you can choose whichever one you want. I personally use Firefox myself, as it's one of the very limited amount of browsers that aren't based on Chromium, which means aren't based on Google, which in turn means that Google can't gather data unless, well, it's still running on Android. So a little bit less true, but still an improvement over Chrome. Additionally, we can also add black ads a little bit easier using things like Firefox, as, let's be honest, Google has been on a warpath against ads, so that's a little bit more annoying nowadays. Now, next we have a search engine. Now, I can tell you this is a very small list of search engines, as there is a absolute buttload of search engines that you can choose from, but this is a piss poor excuse for search engine list. So choose whatever you want from here. You can obviously change it later. You can make a manual link to whatever search engine you want in the settings, so it doesn't really matter. Next, continue setup. Well, I mean, yes, haven't finished it, so let's continue. Anyway, review additional applications. So this is just spamware that comes with your device. We can completely deselect all of it unless you want some of these applications installed. Then check individual ones. Maybe you want Google Home, or I don't know, maybe Wallet, so you can pay with your device. But probably most of these aren't really things that you're looking for. Next, we have navigation mode, we have gestures, and we have buttons. We're going to select, at least I am going to select gestures, as that is the way that I prefer to navigate through my device. Anything else? Control info, nope, that's about it. So no thanks. Can click on finish. And this, as you can see, takes us to the home screen with the device fully set up. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello, and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set free button navigation on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, first of all, we want to head into our settings. Then, let's scroll all the way down and enter System. Inside System, you want to enter Gestures, and in the Gestures, you want to go into Navigation mode. Now, all you want to do is simply switch from gesture navigation to free button navigation. And as you can see, gestures are now gone, and we can just use our buttons as we would normally. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to show battery percentage on the status bar in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings. And here we have to find the battery. As you can see, at the very bottom we've got the option connected with the battery percentage, and in my case it is turned on. However, if you've got it turned off, all you have to do is to simply tap on the switcher, and now your device will immediately show the battery percentage next to the battery icon, and this is the only way to display it. For example, we cannot show it inside the battery. And of course, you can turn it off the same way just by tapping on the switcher again. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to reset up preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll or not scroll to find the apps. As you can see, it should be almost at the very top. So let's tap on it and then tap on see all 38 apps. Of course, 38 in my case. Then tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and tap on Reset App Preferences. And here your device is informing you what it will actually reset, so among others, disabled app notifications and any permission restrictions. What's more, no worries, you won't lose any app data, so simply tap on Reset Apps, and basically this is it. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark 7, and let me share with you how to change the screen timeout on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find the display. Then let's scroll down again and localize the option which is called Sleep. Let's tap on it, and as you can see here we've got some options from which we can choose. At the top we've got relatively short options like 15 or 30 seconds, and at the bottom the longest, which is 10 minutes. So all you have to do is to tap on the option like to use. I'll pick 10 minutes. As you can see, it is marked immediately, and after getting back you can see that it is notified right here, which means that from now on, after 10 minutes of an activity, this device will black out. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark 7, and let me share with you how to turn off running apps on this device. So first of all, we have to open the recents. If you've got the three buttons navigation, simply tap on the button with the square icon. And if you've got the gesture, swipe your finger from the button to the center of your device and hold it somewhere here, like that. And here we've got the recents. So basically all we have to do is to either tap on clear all here, or you can go to the very left and tap on clear all here. Up to you. Of course, you can also turn them off manually just by swiping them up. So just tap on clear all, and we can open the recents to check. Here we've got no recent items, which means that we just successfully closed all background apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark 7, and let me share with you how to reset network preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find the system. Then let's tap on Reset Options, and here at the top we've got two options which are connected with resetting the network. So we've got mobile network settings and separately Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So all you have to do is to tap on the option, then tap on Reset Settings. Here we've got the warning. You have to be aware that we cannot undo this action, so be aware about that, and simply tap on Reset Settings. That's all. And the same with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Simply tap on it, tap on Reset, and it is done. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark 7, and let me share with you how to clear credentials on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down for sure and enter the security. Then let's go to more security settings and tap on encryption and credentials. So here, almost at the very bottom of the list, we've got the option we're looking for. So clear credentials, let's simply tap on it and confirm it by tapping on OK. Not only we've got this information, but also this option is inactive, which means that we just successfully removed all saved certificates. Be aware that because if you've got the screen lock, your device will ask you to enter it to confirm the whole step. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to increase screen timeout on Sony Xperia 10 Mark 7. Let's begin! So first you want to simply navigate into your settings. Now that's a little spoiler, so let me just remove everything. Once again, we want to navigate into the settings, and now we want to go into display. Now let's scroll down a little, and as you can see right under lock display we have sleep, and currently it is set to after 1 minute of inactivity. This means that if we leave our device for 1 minute, it will, well, take 1 minute for it to lock its screen. And generally speaking, the higher you set the number, the bigger the battery usage. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to remove a Wi-Fi network from your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin. So, first of all, you want to expand our control center. Then you can press and hold onto the internet icon and you should see our internet settings. Alternatively, you can simply enter our settings, then network and internet, and you will notice the same screen. Now you want to go into the cogwheel settings of your network that you want to remove from. So for me, it's this one. And you will see a little disconnect, but we actually don't want to just disconnect, instead we want to forget it. And now our phone will behave like it never connected to that network in the first place. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to soft reset or force restart your device. So this operation will be useful if for some reason your device stopped working properly and it does not respond to your touches. So all you have to do is to press the power button, which is right here, and volume up button together, and wait until you'll see the black screen and then the developer's logo. Then you can release the finger. So let me try to do it. Let me press both of those buttons. So again, power button and volume up button together. We've got this screen, but let's pretend that we cannot tap on any option. We've got black screen, which is a really good sign. Keep pressing. And we've got the developer's logo, which means that we can release the fingers and our device will be restarted in a second. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to check the email number of this device. So let's begin with the fastest way with the usage of the secret code. We have to open the dialer, tap on the keypad and enter the code, which is *#06#. And as you can see, by this code we are provided with both email numbers of this device. So let's tap on OK. And now let me show you another way through the settings. So let's open the settings. Let me go back. Right here in the settings, we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find About Phone. Let's tap on it. Then we have to scroll down in order to find email, and as you can see, we've got it here. So, so this is how to check the email numbers using the settings. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the video resolution on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app, and currently we are in the standard photo mode, so let's switch to the video one. Just tap on the video, and if it is highlighted and if you can see the red color inside the shutter button, it means that for sure you're on the video mode. And now it's quite easy to do, to change the video resolution. We have to take a look at this option bar at the top. And this right here is directly connected with the resolution. So all you have to do is to simply tap on it to change it. We had FHD, right now we've got 4K. After tapping on it again, we can set HD. And tap on it again to set FHD. Only for the FHD option, we've got frames per second, which are customizable. So after tapping on it, you can switch 30 to 60 frames per second. And obviously, after tapping on it again, you can set 30. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to activate automatic system updates on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find About Phone. Then let's scroll down to the very bottom again to localize build number and keep tapping on it until you'll see the information that you're in the developer mode. After that, we have to go back to the system settings and go to system. Tap on developer options, and here scroll down just a little bit to find the option which is called automatic system updates. In my case, it is turned on. However, if you've got it turned off, simply tap on the switcher, and from now on, since this option is active, your device will allow the updates whenever the device will be restarted, and of course whenever the update is available. Of course, you can turn this option off just by tapping on the switcher again. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to allow unknown sources on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to tap on apps. Then let's scroll down and go to special app access. Here scroll down again and tap on install unknown apps. So here we've got the list of apps which are allowed or not allowed to install some content, and of course we can change it. So let me pick Chrome and simply tap on the switcher next to allow from this source. After getting back, you can see that the Chrome is now allowed to install some content. Beware, because you're doing it on your own responsibility. Some third-party apps aren't verified by the developer, so you may put your data and actually whole device at risk. So remember about that and choose the apps wisely. Of course, you can remove previously granted permissions. Just tap on the app and tap on the switcher here. And as you can see, right now it is not allowed to install anything. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to check the serial number of this device. So let's begin with the fastest way with the usage of the secret code. We have to open the dialer and enter a code which is *##06#. And as you can see at the bottom of this pop-out window, we've got the serial number of this device. So let's tap on OK. That was one of the ways to check the serial number, and the second one is with the usage of the settings. So let's open the settings. In the settings, we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find About Phone. Then let's scroll down again to localize the serial number, which is, as you can see, not listed in those general settings About Phone, which means that we have to enter a specific section. I believe it's model. After tapping on model, you can check the serial number of this device. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I'm going to show you how to reboot and refresh your internet settings on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin. The ability to quickly reset your Wi-Fi settings is very good for troubleshooting any kinds of issues you might have with your Wi-Fi. First of all, you want to expand your control center. Then press and hold onto the internet icon. And as you can see, we have one network that we are connected to. However, you want to ignore the network, and instead we want to click that button in the top right corner. And now we are resetting our internet. For a moment we'll lose the internet access, but it should be back in about a couple of seconds. And that's literally it. This is the same thing that you would have achieved if you would just restart your phone like that, but instead of resetting everything, you're just resetting the Wi-Fi, which I believe is very cool. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install Facebook on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin. So all you want to do is you want to simply head into your Play Store. Now, if you aren't logged into your Google account, you won't be able to use Play Store. Let's go to search, let's enter search bar, and let's simply start typing in Facebook, and usually you should see it in your recommendations. Of course, you want to almost always ignore whatever is going to appear in the sponsored area. So we can go into Facebook, and you can see that actually we have it installed. This is because by default your Facebook is installing with your system when you're proceeding through the setup. But if you wouldn't have Facebook installed, you would have the ability to just click install and install it from here. But as you can see, we can update it, or we can just open it and we'll have our Facebook. And yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can rename it. This Sony lets you easily change the device name so it appears just the way you want when you connect to other devices. So if you want to change it now, let's begin. First of all, go into Settings and scroll all the way down right away. Then hit About Phone at the bottom. Click on Device Name under Basic Info and type in whatever you want to. When you're ready, hit OK in this pop-up and also OK in the second one about visibility. So when I do that, as you can see, name of my device has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can check a password saved in Passwords Manager. If you forgot a password because it's constantly autofilled on your smartphone, don't worry, I got you. First of all, to check it out, you need to enter a Passwords Manager. To do it, go into Settings, scroll and click on this section called Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Then choose Open under Google. Click on Google Password Manager and finally, to check any password, click on it. Enter your current login method and use this eye icon right next to your password to make it visible. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can clean storage. If you want to delete all your junk files on this Sony, here's how to do it in a few seconds. Don't worry, I tested it on this and other devices, and I can tell you now, it will work. First, open Google folder to find Files app. Click on it. Tap on those three lines at the top left corner and hit Clean at the top. Then select Clean under Junk Files. And last but not least, Clear in the pop-up. So when I do that, as you can see, my storage was successfully cleaned. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on this phone. So, To get started, you'll want to open up the content that you wish to capture, which for me will be home screen that is already open and visible on my screen. Once the content that you wish to capture is visible for you, all you will need to do is press and hold your power button and volume down at the same time. There we go. And you get this pop-up along with share and edit options at the bottom, and after a moment it will disappear. So when it disappears, you can find your captured screenshot by going into your photos and collections, scroll down and you'll find screenshots. Here you can see, here's a screenshot that I have captured just a second ago. So, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set gesture navigation on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! First of all, we want to head into our settings. Inside settings, you want to scroll all the way down, then enter System, and after going into System, we want to head into Gestures. Finally, you want to enter Navigation mode, and in here you can simply switch from free button navigation to gesture navigation. You will notice that our buttons have now been removed, and always we can go into cogwheel to, for example, increase the sensitivity of certain edges if we happen to have troubles with navigation mode of gestures. Also, we can click this button and we can go into that's pretty funny, we can go into the tutorial on how to use gestures, just like that. But I don't really want to do that, so yeah, let's simply go and click done. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off high refresh rate. I saw a lot of questions in the comments about refresh rate and this Sony. So now I will show you exactly how to find and manage use high refresh rate option within few seconds. First of all, go into settings and scroll a tiny bit to tap on display section. Now click on high refresh rate and use this switcher next to use high refresh rate to activate it. As you can see, my switcher is blue. That means that high refresh rate is now enabled. But you can always disable it by tapping on the same switcher until it's gray. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you where you can access all your downloads. To find all of your downloaded files in one place on this Sony, all you need to do is open Google Folder and find an app called Files that's already on your device. Then click on it. Trust me, I tested it multiple times on multiple devices, including this one. Tap on Allow or Don't Allow in a notifications pop-up. And last but not least, click Downloads under Categories. As you can see, all my downloaded files are over here. Now to access one, click on it on the left. And to manage one, click on those three dots on the right. Then check out all of those options. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can delete a password from Password Manager. If you want to get rid of any password that you no longer need from your manager, here's how to do it. Firstly, go into Settings and scroll down to access passwords, passkeys and accounts. Now choose Open under Google. And finally tap on Google Password Manager to select any password you wanna delete. Quick disclaimer, this operation won't delete any account or any app, just password saved in your manager. So tap on it, enter your screen log and hit delete. Then confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to reset camera preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app, and currently we are in the standard photo mode. Unfortunately you cannot see the grid lines, however maybe this way. As you can see here, we've got them. Basically I've applied them before I've started the recording because I'd like to show you a visual evidence that the reset option will work, so they should disappear after resetting. So now all we have to do is to go to the settings icon, so just tap on the gear icon and tap on menu. Then let's scroll down to the very bottom and find reset settings and confirm it with OK. Alright, so here we've got actually the very first evidence that the reset option worked, because if we will open the camera for the very first time after the initial configuration, we will be able to choose the shutter button shortcut. So this is the first evidence, and the second one is that the grid lines are not visible, which means that we just successfully reset all camera preferences. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off adaptive brightness. If you wanna check out if you would like, if your screen would adjust brightness automatically based on your surroundings, here's how to check it out. First of all, to find out, you need to obviously enable automatic screen brightness. To do it now, go into Settings, scroll to Hit Display, and then use this switcher next to adaptive brightness to turn it on or off. You can also click on adaptive brightness on the left to access this disclaimer here and operate it the same way. Remember that if you won't like it, you already know how to switch it off, so I would recommend to at least try it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to check for the software updates on this device. So let's begin with making sure that you've got the internet connection, because it is required, and simply for checking you can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. However, if you will decide to download the update, if it is available, I highly recommend switching to the Wi-Fi so you can avoid some additional charges. Alright, so let's start with tapping on the settings. And here we have to scroll all the way down to the very bottom to find the system. Then we have to tap on System Updates and then tap on System. Your device will basically check for the updates, and you can meet two different scenarios. This is the first one where your software is up to date and there's nothing to download. And the second one is where your device will actually find the update. It will show you the information about it, what has been fixed, what has been added, and then you will be able to tap on download or install and apply the update. If you wish, you can tap on the three dots icon here and tap on refresh, so your device will try to check for the updates again. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install Instagram on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So here you want to simply go into the Play Store. Note that if you aren't logged in onto your Google account, you won't be able to go into Play Store. Then you want to simply go into search, enter search bar, and you can simply start typing in Instagram. And usually a few letters in, we should see our Instagram here. And now we can simply go and press install. Now, if you're not really sure if you're installing the correct application, you want to make sure that this is indeed published by Instagram. And as you can see, Instagram only has two other applications, and these being Edits and Threads. But Instagram has 5 billion downloads, so I think it's pretty hard to mistake it for something else. And if you have poor internet connection, you can always enable Auto Open when ready. This means that whenever you install the application, it will automatically open itself, which I think is a very nice feature. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install TikTok on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, first of all, we want to head into our Play Store. Note that if you do not have your Google account logged in onto your device, you won't be able to use Play Store. First, we want to go into the search bar, and, well, actually we have TikTok suggested, but basically you want to start typing in TikTok, and usually you should see it in the suggestion tabs. Now, most of the time you want to ignore whatever is going to appear in the Sponsored tab. In our case, it's ChatGPT out of all things. So let's enter our TikTok. And also you want to make sure that this is the official TikTok published by TikTok PTE publisher. And then you want to simply hit install. You could also see that it had 1 billion downloads, which I think is quite telling. And if you have poor internet connection, you can always enable Auto Open when ready, which means that after the application finishes installing, it will open automatically. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can change font size. Adjusting font size is one of the first things I do while testing new devices to make it comfortable for my eyesight and also for all of you watching on YouTube. So if you want to do it now on your Sony, here's how. Begin by opening Devices Settings and scrolling a tiny bit to tap on Display. Now scroll again, but this time tap on Display Size and Text available under Appearance. Now operate this slider under Font Size to adjust it and check out Preview at the top. When you're ready, go back. So when I do that, as you can see, size of my text has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off auto rotation. After reading all of your comments, I wanna show you how to switch on or off auto rotation using tab menu and devices settings. So let's begin. First of all, to access tab menu, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen. Then look for auto rotate shortcut, and when you find it, click on it. As you can see, mine is blue, which means that auto rotation is on. To switch it off, tap on the same shortcut until it's gray. If you have a bit more time, you can also go into settings, scroll to tap on display section, and scroll all the way down to click on this switcher next to auto rotate screen. Thanks to it, you can turn it on or switch it off. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to connect to Wi-Fi on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, as you can see, we currently have no internet connection whatsoever. So, let's expand our control center. Let's press and hold onto the internet icon. Let's make sure it's enabled, and now we can choose the network of our choosing. Alternatively, you can simply go into your settings, then click the very first network and internet option, and finally internet. And you will notice we have the exact same screen. Now you should see a list of every single network in your area. I will choose this one as it has some pretty nice signal strength. And now you can scan the password, so you can ask somebody that's already connected to that network. Usually it's like your coworker, family member, or like roommate or whatever, or you can simply input the password to that network. The password can be found by usually some sort of sticker, and it should be located near your router or below it or something like that. And after you have inputted your password, you can go and click connect, and if the password is correct, congratulations, you are now connected to the Wi-Fi. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I'll show you how you can insert SIM and SD card into this device. Now, unfortunately, I think I only have a SIM card for this, so I won't be able to do this with a SD card, but anyway, I'm going to show you where you would do that if you have one. So let's start off by popping out the tray, which is actually toolless, so I'm not sure why I grabbed this. You just need to have a strong fingernail to prop it out, like so. And on the tray you can see we have space, at least at the top, for our SIM card. So we're going to grab that one. Place it like so. Make sure it's clipped in all the way. As you can see, it's laying flush on the tray and shouldn't be falling out if you flip it upside down. Now on the other side you have your SD card spot. Same as the SIM card, you just clip it in here and you're good to go. From there, insert it back into your device, and both of the cards should start working immediately, hence why it's prompting me to confirm my SIM card PIN. And as you can see, that unlocks my SIM card. So that's about it. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to set the camera timer on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app. Okay, let me just off it. And right now we are in the standard photo mode. So all we have to do is to focus on the settings icon. So let's tap on the gear icon. And as you can see, the second bar is connected with the timer. In this device, we've got 3 different options. So off, 3 and 10 seconds delay. So let me choose 10 seconds delay. Just tap on the option which you wish to use. It is immediately highlighted. Moreover, it is also shown in the shutter button. So simply tap on it and now your device will count down from 10 or 3, depending on which option you've chosen, and after that time it will simply take a photo. Okay, as you can see, it takes a while. Alright, so if you wish to turn it off, simply tap on the settings again and tap on off. And now your device will take photos right after touching the shutter button, or maybe almost right after, because as you can see, we still have this this taking photo loading. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can enable suggestion strip at the top of your keyboard. Many of you in the comments asked me how to enable suggestion strip at the top of Gboard. So today I will show you exactly how to do it in a few seconds. Firstly, go into settings and scroll all the way down to click on System section. Now you need to tap on Keyboard, On-Screen Keyboard, and Gboard. Following that, tap on Text Correction and use gray switcher next to Show Suggestion Strip to activate it. So when I go back and check it out, I can see that mine was successfully enabled. If you want to disable it, you can actually use this gear at the top of your keyboard. Hit Text Correction and use the same Now Blue switcher. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install Messenger on the Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! First of all, you want to simply enter your Play Store. Note that if you're not logged in onto your Google account, you won't be able to use Play Store. Now, you want to switch from apps to search, go into search, and you can simply start typing in Messenger. As you can see, I failed at typing in it, and now usually we should see it in our recommended settings. Now, most of the time you probably want to ignore whatever is going to appear in the Sponsored tab, because as you can see, this is ChatGPT for some reason. And you want to go into Messenger. Usually you can distinguish the application, because you will notice that actually there are plenty of different messaging applications and almost every single of them looks the same, so that's not very cool. But you can distinguish them through the legit messenger by 5 billion downloads and by the publisher being Meta Platforms. And yeah, we now simply hit install, and if you have poor internet connection, you can simply go into Auto Open Already, and this means that after you install the application, it will automatically open itself, which is pretty cool, I think. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time!
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can change default apps. Every time a new device shows up, I get a lot of questions in the comments. How to change browser app, messages app, and more. If you want to switch your current defaults to your favorite apps, here's how to do it step by step. Firstly, you need to open Play Store and download your new defaults. I will go with Firefox browser just for example. After getting them all, you can exit Play Store and go into Devices Settings. Now tap on Apps. Select Default Apps over here and click on one of those sections you wanna manage. In my case, Browser app. Finally, click on your new downloaded one to apply it. And when you finished, go back. So when I do that, as you can see, my default app has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the wallpaper on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find wallpaper and style. Then let's tap on change wallpaper. And as you can see here, we've got some albums from which you can choose the wallpaper from. At the top, we've got My Photos, so you can enter your own files and set them as a wallpaper. Or on-device wallpapers, where we've got pre-installed ones. So let me choose something from those options, and if you wish to check the preview, simply tap on it. And as you can see, it will immediately appear on the lock screen and the home screen, so you can check how it will look like. Moreover, you can tap on the specific screen and then zoom in or out the photo. You can also change the position of it, so it's completely up to you how you'd like to set it. And just tap on the stick icon if you're ready, if you're happy with the results. Same with the home screen. Alright, and if you're ready and if you wish to set that kind of wallpaper as your own, simply tap on set wallpaper in the right upper corner. Now you can decide where you want to set it, so as a lock screen, home screen, or both. Simply mark the option which you'd like to use. I'll pick both and tap on set. Now we can go back, and as you can see, the wallpaper has been applied successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the system language on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here let me go back to show you the full path. Here in the settings, we have to scroll down to the very bottom actually to find this system option, so let's tap. Then let's tap on languages at the top and go to system languages. So here we've got the list of all, let's say, currently applied languages. We've got only English, so let's add new one. Just tap on add a language, and here we've been transferred to the full list of available languages from which you can choose. So simply find yours and then tap on it. I'll pick Turkish and then tap on the region if you can. As you can see, our new language has been immediately applied to this list. However, the English is still a main one. So all we have to do right here is to tap on the language and hold it, and then drag it to the first position and release the finger. Then let's tap on change to confirm. And as you can see, from now on, the whole system will be displayed in the chosen language. Let me show it to you again. Tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to the first position. Tap on change. And we've got English applied. Of course, if you wish, you can also remove the languages from this list. Just tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and tap on remove. Mark the language and tap on the trash bin icon. Tap on remove, and we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can check specifications of this Sony. Many of you ask me in the comments which app I'm using to check specifications of smartphones I'm testing. So today I will show you exactly that. First of all, you need to open Play Store and click on the search bar. Then type in DevCheck and get this free app from Flare to Developer, DevCheck device and system info. When it's ready, launch it. Now thanks to it, you can learn all the informations about your device's dashboard. You can also click on all of those categories separately to find out even more. Hardware, system, battery, network, apps, camera, and even sensors. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to clear the browser on this device. So let's start with opening the browser. In my case it will be Google Chrome, but no worries, this operation is pretty similar in all of the browsers which are commonly used, so I'm pretty sure that you will be able to figure out how to do it on your own browser. So now all we have to do is to tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and go to delete browsing data. If for some reason you do not have this option here, no worries, simply enter the history and then tap on delete browsing data here. But let me focus on this option as it comes with the newest version of the Google Chrome. So let's tap on it, and here we've got the basic options which we can remove. So for example, visited websites, opened tabs, cookies, cache, and other site data. So as you can see, really basic. We can change the time range from last 15 minutes to, for example, last 4 weeks, or even all time. It's completely up to you. Just tap on the specific option and then tap on delete data. However, if you wish to remove some advanced browser history, simply tap on more options, and here we've got them. So we've got tabs, safety passwords, autofill from data, and site settings. Again, time range, you have to change it right here also, and then tap on delete data. We just go back to the homepage actually, and basically it means that we just successfully removed browsing history. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change date and time on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down all the way down to find the system. Then let's tap on date and time. And as you can see here, we've got some options which are currently inactive. It is because we are using the automatic date time and the time zone. So first of all, tap on those switchers here to turn off all of those automatic options. And now we can freely tap on date and choose the date from the calendar. Tap on the day and confirm it. The same with the time, just choose it from the clock and tap on OK. Here we've got the time zone, so let's simply tap on the time zone, tap on region, and here we can pick any region we want. So just tap on the region and it will be immediately applied. Of course, be aware because the time zone will affect the time. So here we've got also the time format, so we can either use the 24-hour format or 12-hour format just by turning off this option. Unfortunately, we are not able to change the date format, so it still has to be the day, a month, a year, but we can change the hour format. So this is the whole manual customization. If you wish to get back to all automatic options, simply tap on those switchers right here. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can select and delete multiple photos at once. If you want to delete photos you no longer need much faster on this Sony, here's how I do it on mine. First of all, you need to access Photos app and tap on Photos or Collections at the bottom. Then hold one of your pictures, let's start with Photos section, and use those icons at the top right corners to select multiple right away. To keep some of them, tap on the chosen ones, and to get rid of the rest, use Bin button at the bottom and confirm your choice in the pop-ups. If you want to get rid of them from collections, tap on them here, pick one of your albums, hold one of your photos as well, and use the same dots at the top right corners. The only difference is that your pin icon is now located at the top right corner of your screen. So need to click on it here and confirm your choice. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia X Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can operate vibration settings. While testing this device before recording, I discovered it has a lot of haptic feedback options. So to manage all of them, let's begin. Firstly, you need to open Settings and scroll down to click on Sound and Vibration. Then scroll all the way down right away. Click on Vibration and Haptics and use the switcher next to Use Vibration and Haptics to switch it on or turn it off. If you decided to enable them, you can tap on all of those switchers next to all of those features to disable or enable vibrations for them. Ring vibration. Vibrate first, then ring gradually. Notification, alarm vibrations, and then touch feedback. Whatever you decided, when you're ready, go back and tap on those two switchers next to those features, charging sounds and vibration, and always show icon when in vibrate mode to switch off or on both of them. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia X Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can edit passwords saved in Passwords Manager. As we all know, all of your passwords in Google Passwords Manager must be updated to the correct one, or autofill won't work properly. That's why I decided to record this video and show you exactly how to edit any password added to your manager. Let's begin by opening Settings and scrolling to click on Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Now hit Open under Google. Choose Google Password Manager and finally tap on any password you wanna edit. Enter your screen lock. Hit Edit button and change whatever you want to. When you finished, hit Save at the top right corner. So when I do that, as you can see, my password was successfully changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install WhatsApp on Sony Xperia X Mark VII. Let's begin! So, let's simply head into our Play Store. Note that in order to use Play Store, you must enter and add your Google account to your device. Then you want to head into Search, go into Search bar, and you can simply start typing in WhatsApp. And now you'll notice that usually whatever we have in the sponsored area is not WhatsApp, so be very careful about this. And also you'll notice that there are many different similar applications, especially the one that try to go into that typical green look. You want to make sure that, well, I would say icon, but icons usually change throughout the years. So you want to make sure that the publisher of the WhatsApp is actually WhatsApp LLC. And after you've made sure that it's indeed this application, you can also check, because the normal WhatsApp, which almost, oh great that the application almost works. The normal WhatsApp actually has like, I believe, 10 billion downloads or something, which is quite interesting to see. But after this finally installs, we should be able to use the application. Also, we can enable auto open when ready, and thanks to that we should be able to, for example, leave the phone, and when we automatically install, it should open the application. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off app notifications. All of us have some apps or our smartphones that send a lot of notifications, and we don't exactly want to see them. That's why today I will show you how to block those notifications without uninstalling any of those apps. First, go into Settings. Now tap on Notifications here and select App Notifications at the top. Following that, you need to select Most Recent and click on one of those options. Most Recent, Most Frequent, All Apps, or Apps Turned Off. The last part means apps with turned off notifications. Now, tap on blue switches next to your apps to block notifications from them, or gray ones to switch them back on. Most people don't know that you can also tap on any app available on the left and manage all notifications from here thanks to this switcher next to all notifications. Or if you don't want to block them completely, by adjusting all of those options however you want to. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the 3 buttons navigation into the gestures in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find the option which is called System. Then let's tap on Gestures, and here we have to find Navigation Mode. So as you can see here, we've got 2 different options from which we can choose. So we've got the 3-button navigation, and unfortunately we cannot customize it in any way. So let's simply switch to gesture navigation just by tapping on this option at the top. And as you can see, instead of the 3 buttons, we've got this line which is responsible for some gestures. We can customize them here just by tapping on the settings icon, and here we can change the back sensitivity. And to be honest, I highly recommend to get back to this option after a while of using the gestures, so you will be able to decide whether you need the sensitivity to be higher or lower. It's completely up to you. And now a quick tutorial of how to use the gestures. So if you wish to get back to the previous page, just like by using the back button, you have to swipe your finger from the side to the center. That was too fast actually. From the side to the center, you will see this arrow, and you can release the finger, and as you can see, you can do it from the right side and from the left side. If you wish to get back directly to the home page, all you have to do is to swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device, and make sure that this motion is quick and short, so something like that. Here we've got the home page, and if you wish to open the recents, repeat the gesture, so from the bottom to the center, but hold your finger somewhere here, so elongate the gesture, something like that. And here we've got the recents. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you where you can locate text correction options. Text correction options on this Sony offer a lot of helpful features like autocorrection or spell check. The only problem is they are quite difficult to find, so I will show you how to do that step by step. First is opening settings and scrolling all the way down right away. When you're ready, select System. Then click on Keyboard. On-screen keyboard and Gboard. Now you can finally tap on text correction and try all of those options by clicking on the switches next to the chosen ones. If you want to access text correction settings much faster in the future, I can show you how to do that real quick. Firstly, swipe up to use a gray switcher next to Show Suggestions strip. When your switcher is blue, you can close Devices settings and launch your keyboard instead. Then click on Gear icon at the top of it and click on text correction right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the ringtone on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll until you will find sound and vibration. Then let's scroll down to find this sound and vibration section, and as you can see, two options which are at the top are connected with the ringtone. They are divided between two different SIM cards, which means you can set totally different ringtone for the first SIM card and totally different for another one. So let me show it to you how to change the ringtone using the first SIM card, but it doesn't really matter, it works the same. After tapping on the specific phone ringtone, we will have this pop-out window with the pre-installed ringtones from which we can choose. At the top we've got the option None, which means that after choosing it, your device will not use any kind of sound to notify you about the incoming call. And on the other hand, at the very bottom of the list, we've got this option Add Ringtone, which means that we can open it and we will enter our own files. So if you've got something, for example, downloaded or recorded, it should appear somewhere here or in any other folders, and you will be able to set it as your ringtone. But let me pick something from the pre-installed ones, and basically all you have to do in order to listen how the particular ringtone sounds is to simply tap on it, and this is how it works, and this is how you can check the specific ringtones. Basically, let's pretend I would like this Kuma to be set as my ringtone, so just make sure that it is marked and confirm it with OK. As you can see, it is immediately notified right here, which means that from now on our device will use the chosen ringtone to notify us about the incoming call. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can add photos to text message. If you want to send photos using not only popular communication apps like WhatsApp or Messenger, but also default messages app of your Sony, here's how to do it. Don't worry, I tested it before on this and other Android devices, so I can tell you right now it will work. Just open Messages, pick a chat or create a new one, and click on this icon of a camera and the photo at the bottom right corner. Now, to take a photo and add it, select photo here, pick your camera, and when you finished, just snap it. It will be automatically added to your message. If you want to pick a photo that's already on your device, scroll to click on it here, then hit done at the bottom right corner and send it. And if you can't find it, scroll again, and this time hit folders at the bottom left corner. Now pick your photos. And when you're ready, hit done at the bottom right corner twice. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to enable the developer options on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to the very bottom to find About Phone. Right here we have to localize a special number which is called build number, and as you can see in this device it is at the very bottom of the list. So now all you have to do is to simply keep tapping on it until you'll see that you're in the developer mode. If you've got any kind of screen lock, your device will ask you to enter it to confirm the whole step. So now we can go back to the general list of the settings and go to the system, which is right above the About Phone. As you can see here, we've got developer options, so let's enter. And here we've got plenty of advanced settings which we can customize. So for example, you can, for example, disable USB audio routing. You can change window animation scale, show key presses, so the visual feedback for taps. Here we've got the options which are connected with the networking overall, because we've got Bluetooth, USB, Wi-Fi here, etc. So basically, to turn on the specific feature, you have to simply find it and tap on the switcher on it, and it will be immediately activated and applied. Of course, you can turn it off the same way. If you've got the options without the switcher, like here, for example, in the transition animation scale, simply tap on them to open more options to choose from. If you're done with customization of developer options, you can always turn them off. Just tap on the switcher which is pinned to the top of the screen. Your device will need to be restarted, so simply tap on restart. Your device will be automatically powered off and then powered on again, and the developer options will disappear from the system settings. But of course, no worries, you can customize them again. Just go back to the build number step and keep tapping. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on and use keyboard Clipboard. Begin by launching your keyboard. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer though, this option is only available from Sony default keyboard, which is Gboard. So you don't need to download anything, just launch Gboard and click on this icon of a clipboard at the top of it. Then activate it thanks to this switcher at the top right corner, and go back thanks to this arrow at the top left one. Now to use Clipboard, you need to copy or cut any text. And to paste it instantly, click on it at the top of your keyboard. To paste it later on, click on Clipboard and tap on your text here. Now, most people don't know that anything you'll input into Clipboard will disappear after an hour. If you want to keep it here without it deleting itself, you need to hold it and pin it by tapping on pin icon. If you will ever wanna unpin it, you can do that the same way. If you want to delete anything from your clipboard, you can either swipe it to the right or hold it and use this bin icon. Last but not least, to disable Clipboard completely, use the same switcher as before. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off autocorrection. Because so many users depend on keyboard features, let me show you the most popular one, autocorrection. To access it, you need to begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down right away. Now select System, Keyboard, on-screen keyboard over here, and finally Gboard. Now it's time to tap on text correction here and scroll to use this switcher next to autocorrection. If your switcher is gray, that means that autocorrection is off. To turn it on, click on gray switcher to enable it. If you want to try it out, but then turn it on or off as you please, much faster than that, you can swipe up and use this switcher next to Show Suggestions strip at the top of text correction options. When this switcher is blown, you can close all of those options, launch your keyboard, and access autocorrection wherever you want to in seconds by clicking on your icon at the top of your keyboard, hitting text correction and managing the same switcher over here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can boot this phone into recovery mode. So, to get started, you will want to turn off your device by holding your power button and volume up at the same time. Let's try that again. There we go. And from the boot options, select power off. Now when the device turns off, you want to hold your power button and volume down at the same time. And let go of the power button once the device starts to turn on. So you will see Sony logo. You can let go of that power button. Keep holding volume down till we are redirected to the recovery mode, which is this page right here. Now, while we're in here, we will need to use volume buttons to navigate. So volume down will scroll down, and up, obviously up. While power button will be used to confirm whatever is selected. Now going over the options, we have Reboot System Now, which brings us back to Android. We have Reboot to Bootloader or Fastboot Mode. We have Apply Updates from ADB or SD card, Wipe Data, Mount System, View Logs, Run Tests, and Power Off. So anyway, I'm going to stick with the first option, confirm it, and this will bring me back to Android. And as you can see, we're now back in Android. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to add the fingerprint to this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the security. Then let's go to the fingerprint manager, and before we'll be able to set the fingerprint, we have to add the screen lock. Of course, if you've got one, it will be just transferred to another step. So let me pick the pattern, let me quickly draw it, redraw it, and confirm. And here we have to decide what kind of notification content you'd like to show. It's up to you, just mark the option and tap on next. Right here we've got the information about the fingerprint, so just tap on I agree, and the instructions, what we have to do. We have to hold our device normally, so obviously this is not the normal position of the device. Usually you will just hold it like here, so you will preferably add your thumb. Of course you can add another one, it's completely up to you. Then let's tap on next. And now all we have to do is to put our finger on the sensor, which is located on the power button right here on our device. So let me do it. And now we have to do it multiple times in order to add our fingerprint fully. So try to catch every part of it for better recognition, of course. Okay, I have to hold it so I can move my finger more freely. Okay, we just successfully added the fingerprint. That was quite easy, fortunately. So let's tap on done. And this is the fingerprint manager. We do not have a lot of things here to customize. This is the fingerprint we just added. We can rename it or remove it or add another fingerprint. It's up to you. So now let's lock the device and check if it is working. So let me put my finger on the sensor, and as you can see, the device is unblocked, which means that we just successfully added the fingerprint. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to enable the night light or a comfort mode. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to find the display. I'll start with the customization of this mode, and after that I'll show you much faster access to it. So let's tap on the display, and here we have to scroll down to find the option which is called night light. So to turn it on without any kind of customization, you have to simply tap on the switcher, and now you can see that the screen turns a little bit yellowish or amber. It is in order to filter the blue light. What's more, it will be much easier for you to look at the screen at the dim light. So if you're a night owl, then I highly recommend to use this mode. Here, to customize it, we have to simply tap on the night light, and as you can see, we've got this intensity switcher. By going to the left, you can make it cooler, it's almost invisible, and by going to the right, much warmer. Of course, set it on the intensity which is the most comfortable for you. Here you can also schedule that feature, so let's simply tap on it. None option means that it is a manual option, so you have to manually turn it on and off. Here you can turn it on at custom time, so we can choose the start and the end time. It's up to you, just set it on the clock. So in my case it will be from midnight until 8 AM, and basically from now on our device will apply the night light during those hours. Or you can turn it on from sunset to sunrise, and here your device will automatically decide when the sunsets and sunrises are. It is location based. Alright, so this is the whole customization. And if you wish to have much faster access to this option, simply unroll the top bar. Let's unroll it fully to open all of those options available here, and as you can see here, we've got the night light. So let's simply tap on it to turn it on. You can see the changes, and tap on it again to turn it off. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to block a number on this device. So let's begin with opening your contact list, for example with the usage of the dialer. Here we have to find the contact which we wish to block and tap on it, so let me pick maybe this one. Then all you have to do is to scroll down to find the option block number. As you can see, in my case it is not available here. You can also check this option, however it will just transfer us to the contact settings. Let me try to block another contact. Probably it was because I did not have the exact phone number saved. As you can see here, after scrolling down, whenever you've got the number, after scrolling down, you will be able to see this option, block numbers. So let's simply tap on it. Your device will ask you if you really want to do it, because you will no longer receive any incoming calls or text messages from the number. So just tap on block. And as you can see here, we've got this characteristic icon, which means that we just successfully blocked the number. Obviously, you can unblock it the same way right here, but let me leave it like this. We will check whether it will appear on the blacklist. So to open the blacklist, we have to simply tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner here and go to the settings. Here in the general, let's go to blocked numbers. And this is our blacklist. That's the number we blocked from our contacts. So as you can see, it worked. Here in this section, we can also tap on add a number and enter it manually, so you do not have to have it saved. As you can see, we can simply enter it and tap on block, and it will be immediately applied. Here we've got also additional options. We can block the calls from all unidentified callers, block callers who do not disclose their number, or block numbers that are not listed in your contacts. So obviously it's completely up to you. In order to turn on the feature, you have to simply tap on the switcher on it. Now they are active. To unblock the number, simply tap on this X button right next to it and tap on unblock. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to remove Google account from your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin. First, you want to simply go into your settings. And then you want to scroll down a little until you will see a section called Google. You can simply head in here, and as you can see, we can see our main account right now. Let's enter the specifics of this account. We can go into manage accounts on this device, and now we can see every single account on our device. As you can see, we have this for test only to gmail.com. Of course, that is my Gmail. Your will probably sound a bit different, but you want to simply go into it. And now at the bottom we should see remove account. Now note that this won't really remove the account itself, it will just remove it from your device. It still be going, you will still able to log into it from other devices, or you can just log back to it on this device or do whatever else, but you won't have access to it from your device. So let's just go into remove account. As you can see, it will remove a couple of things, especially those connected to your account. So if you, for example, using the Google Photos for storing your images, you might lose access to some of your older photos, because then they are actually on the cloud server itself. Let's go into remove accounts. Let's go into OK. We have first need to also verify that it's indeed us that we want to remove the Google account from. So I will input my pattern. And as you can see, the Google account is now removed. And for example, the Play Store no longer works. I believe that YouTube as well. Or no, YouTube actually should be working, but you won't see your feed, you won't see your subscribers or anything else. So yeah, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to update the apps on this device. So let's begin with making sure that you've got the internet connection, because it is required. And to be honest, I highly recommend to use Wi-Fi instead of mobile data, so you can avoid some additional charges. And then we can open the Play Store. Be aware, because you will be able to follow all of my steps if you've got your Google account added to the device. If not, you will have to do it right now in this step. If you don't want to do it on your own, you can do it. You can check our tutorial of how to add or remove a Google account in this specific device, and you will be able to simply add the Google account. Now let me quickly enter my password to confirm everything, and in a second I'll come back. Okay, I've just entered my my password, so now we can focus on updating the apps. Now all we have to do here is to tap on this circle in the right upper corner and tap on my apps and games. Right here, we've got this section updates available, and if you wish, you can simply tap on update all if you don't want to check what kind of apps you will download. I mean, the updates you will download, you can simply tap on update all, and that's all. You can, of course, tap on this section, and here you can check the list of all apps which you can update. Now, again, you can tap on update all, or simply tap on update next to the specific app. Simply tap on update and your device will download it. Moreover, we've got another section which is actually pretty similar to the previous one. Right here, instead of tapping on updates available, simply tap on manage. And here we can also tap on updates available. And again, we've got the same list, but however, here we can simply mark the apps which we wish to update. Something like that, and then tap on this update icon in the right upper corner. Basically, it's up to you which option, which section you prefer. Now you have to simply wait until your device will update the apps. Of course, everything is automatic. You don't have to do anything more. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you all the ways in which you can remove or uninstall your applications on the Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! Okay, so there are many different ways in which you can uninstall your applications, and I will try to get into each and every one of them. First of all, it's a typical, very simple locate the app, press and hold onto the icon, go into app info, and then go into uninstall. That's the probably quickest way of uninstalling certain applications. Alternatively, we can go into our settings. Now go into apps. We can go into all apps. And now you want to navigate into application that you want to uninstall. For me, it's the WhatsApp. And you will notice that this is actually the same screen we had before, which is the app info. And once again, we can go into uninstall through here. Alternatively, we can go into our Play Store. We could search for application we want to remove, for example, WhatsApp. And you will notice that we now have the ability that, hey, we are indeed have this installed, so we can also uninstall it. But I think there is a better option, and it's to simply go into your account like this, go into Manage Apps and Device, and finally we can go into Manage, and here we should see every single application. So once again, we can scroll all the way down and search for our application that we want to remove. For example, for me it's the WhatsApp Messenger. We can press the trash bin icon. This is very useful if you want to remove a couple of different applications all at once. Or alternatively, we can head into this arrow button or something, simply click the name and you should see the exact same thing once again. So no matter which way of uninstalling applications you will choose, it will always result in you simply uninstalling your application and removing it from your device. Just like that. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into Fastboot Mode. So, to get started, you will want to hold power button and volume up at the same time, and from the boot options you want to select power off. Now when the device turns off, hold your power button and volume down at the same time, and when you see the Sony logo, you can let go of the power button but keep holding volume down. This will redirect us to the recovery mode, which you can see right now, and in this mode you will need to use volume buttons to navigate up or down. So volume down will scroll down and up will go up, and power button will be used to confirm whatever is selected. Now with that in mind, let's select enter Fastboot, confirm it with our power button, and here is our Fastboot mode. Now we also have bootloader right here, which I believe will also take us to Fastboot mode, just one that doesn't have any kind of options like this one does. Now in this Fastboot mode we do have a reboot system now, which takes us back to Android. Enter recovery, which is the previous page. The bootloader, which is presumably another Fastboot Mode, and power off. Now I'm going to select the first option, confirm it with the power button, and like I mentioned, this will reboot the device and bring me back to Android. And as you can see, we're now back in Android. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in pop-up view. If you are struggling to figure out how pop-up view works on this Sony, don't worry, you are not the only one. That's why I tested it to show you exactly how you can do it on this device. First of all, open any app you wish to use in pop-up view and launch it in the background. Then you can either tap on pop-up window below your opened app, or if you have multiple apps open in the background, easier will be to click this icon at the top of the chosen one and select pop-up window over here. Either way, when you click on it, you need to tap on home button to go back to main screen. Now, to move it around, hold it and drag it. To scale it, hold one of its corners and drag it as well. If you want to go back within an app, so for example, I will click here and want to go back, I can use this arrow at the top left corner. If you want to minimize it, use this one at the top right one. And then go back into background apps to click on your app here. Then go back using home button again. To use your app in full screen view, use this icon between a line and an X. And last but not least, to close it completely, hit this X at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to change the keyboard language on this device. So let's begin with opening the app which will provide you with the keyboard. So for example, messages, notes, browser, settings, whatever, just have the keyboard on the screen. And obviously you can do it using the settings. In the settings you can find the keyboard section. However, to be honest, I prefer doing it with the keyboard opened. So we've got it. Now we have to localize the settings icon in this upper panel. So let's simply tap on it, tap on the gear icon, and then tap on the languages. This is the list of all currently applied languages. We've got only English, so let's simply tap on Add Keyboard. And here we've been transferred to the full list of available keyboards from which we can choose. As you can see, we've got plenty of options to choose from. So what you can do to make it a little bit easier is just simply tap on Search Language and enter the name of the language which you wish to apply. After finding, simply tap on it, and now we can choose the keyboard layout. So the amount of them depends on the specific language. Sometimes you will have only one, and sometimes even up to 7 or 10 different keyboard layouts. So find the language, mark the the keyboard layout which you wish to use and tap on Done. And as you can see, the language has been immediately applied. And before I'll show you how to remove the languages from this list, so remove them from the keyboard, I'd like to show you how to use the keyboard with 2 or more languages added. So as you can see, after getting back to the keyboard, we've got this hint which highlights this globe icon, thanks to which we can change the keyboard layout. So right now we've got English, and after tapping on the globe icon, we can switch to the order one in my case. Moreover, the spacebar, it's not empty anymore. Right now we've got the name of the language we're currently using. So in order to remove the language, we have to go to the settings again, then tap on the languages, and here we've got this edit icon in the right upper corner. So let's simply tap on it, mark the language which you wish to remove, and then tap on the trash bin icon. And as you can see, we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can switch on and use voice typing. You need to begin by launching Gboard, which is Sony default keyboard, and clicking on the microphone icon at the top right corner. If you can't see it, don't worry, just click on gear icon here, tap on voice typing, and use gray switcher to activate it. Then go back to Gboard and tap on no visible microphone. When you're ready, start typing. As you can see, voice typing is on. If you want to stop, you can pause or use the same microphone. But my favorite option of voice typing using Gboard is actually tiny icon that appears when voice typing is on. So switch it on and tap on tiny icon. Then hit next in the pop-up and done. Now you can operate voice typing from this toolbar. To move it around, hold it and drag it. But most people don't know that you can even drag it to the side and change it into this tiny one to make it even more comfortable to use when you're busy. Use voice typing thanks to the same microphone. Delete anything thanks to this button on X. Manage keyboard settings by tapping on those 3 lines on the left. And go back to standard keyboard by clicking on keyboard icon. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can connect using Bluetooth. If you want to know exactly how to pair your Sony with headphones, speakers, or any other device that supports Bluetooth, here's how to do it. First, open Settings. Second, tap on Device Connection. And third, hit Pair New Device and wait for available ones to show. When they do, tap on the one you wish to connect to. Now, quick tip. If you are connecting to a speaker or headphones, anything like that, you need to tap on your device. Select Pair and just wait. It will accept your connection request automatically. If you want to connect to a tablet or another smartphone, also a smartwatch, after tapping on it, click on this switcher next to Also allow access to contacts and call history to enable or disable this feature, and then hit back. Now wait for the other device to accept your connection request manually by tapping on Pair on the second screen. As you can see, now my headphones and my other phone were successfully connected. To manage connection, click on your icon next to any saved device. Click Disconnect, or if you want to disconnect and forget it, tap on Forget. And whatever you decided, confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can operate apps permissions. If you want to take control over Permission Manager, to know exactly which apps require access to things like location, photos, and more, here's how to do it using only Devices settings. No additional apps or hidden tricks. Just go into Settings and scroll to click on Privacy section available here. Then tap on App Permissions, and firstly pick any feature you wanna manage, like camera. Then select one of your apps under one of those sections. Allowed all the time, allowed only while in use, or not allowed. For example, let's go with from not allowed one. After tapping on it, you will see available options for chosen feature and chosen app. In my case, allow only while using the app, ask every time, or don't allow. Let's apply allow only while using, so when I tap and go back, I can set Chrome just gained access to my camera while I'm using this browser. But most people don't know that you can actually pick any feature just to look for an app you want to manage. Let's go into microphone to access Firefox. Now, whatever app or feature you picked, you need to scroll all the way down and select See All Permissions in a small text at the very bottom. Then manage all of those only for chosen app the same way. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to enable the Google backup on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down, all the way down actually, to find the system. Let's tap on it. Then we have to tap on backup, and this section is tightly connected with the Google account, so simply tap on turn on. As you can see, we will be immediately transferred to this Google account section, so just tap on next and tap on add account. Make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required, and here in this step we can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone, so let me do it, and tap on next. Right here we have to enter the password, so let me do this out of the screen. Alright, and tap on next. So here we have to decide who will be using this device, so just mark the option and then tap on next. Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more and tap on Agree after reading. Here we've got the, here we have to decide what kind of data we would like to backup, so photos and videos or other device data or both. It's completely up to you. I'll pick other device data and tap on confirm. And as you can see, here we've got this, this green notification that we just successfully added our backup account here. You can tap on backup now to initiate the process of backing up the data. And here we've got backup details, so you can check what kind of data you can back up, so photos and videos or other device data. Moreover, it's quite important that you can always turn on the option which you've omitted during the setup. So I can still turn on the photos and videos simply by tapping on this switcher. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can add emergency numbers. Emergency numbers are numbers chosen by you that will be accessible from locked screen in case of an emergency. And if you want to add it on this Sony, let's begin. First of all, go into settings and scroll all the way down to access this section called Safety and Emergency. Click on it. Tap on Emergency Contacts, and before doing anything else, hit Change Setting to make sure this option, Show Unlocked, is enabled. Without it, your contacts won't be accessible from locked screen. With this option enabled, go back, hit Add Contact and tap on the one you wanna set up. Then do exactly the same with all the other ones you need. Now, to change order of your contacts on the list, hit Reorder at the top right corner. Hold 1, drag it to the proper place, and let go. With your list perfectly adjusted to your needs, hit Save at the top right corner. If you want to delete one of your contacts from the list, not from the device, use this box next to the one you want to delete off and confirm your choice in the pop-up. So now when I go back, switch off my screen and turn it back on, I can swipe up and hit Emergency over here. Now to see your contacts, so when I click, you need to hold this blue button next to Emergency Info and slide it to the right. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to enter recovery mode in Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin. So the recovery mode is a very useful tool that usually is used in case you happen to, for example, forget your password. In order to get into it, we first must turn off our phone. Technically, you could do that by simply swiping down and then going to power button, but instead I will try to use power key and volume down and tab buttons once again in case you want to perform this if you have a locked screen. So the very first things you want to do, you want to pick up your phone and then you want to locate the power button, the volume down button and the volume up button. This is very important. We first want to press and hold the power button and volume up button. And then, whenever the screen goes black and we hear a little vibration, this means that our phone is currently turned off. Then, we want to switch from power button and volume up button to power button and volume down button. I know that this may seem kind of complicated, but in reality it's very easy. So I will try to do it. Now, I will start by pressing and holding power button with volume up button, like that. So let's keep pressing this. And the screen went black. Let's start pressing power button and volume down button, And whenever we see Sony logo, we should be safe to release the fingers. And if we did everything okay, we should now see the recovery screen. You navigate in the recovery by using the volume buttons, and you can click the things you want to click by simply clicking the power button. So for example, once again, if you have forgotten your password, you probably want to navigate into wipe data and factory reset, and then you want to press power key and then factory data reset. But of course I'm not going to do that. If you want to leave the recovery mode, all you want to do is you want to simply reboot the system now, and after a moment your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII should reboot itself and you should see your typical home screen UI. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can set up screen lock. As someone who's working with smartphones almost every day, I always recommend setting up screen lock, because without it, anyone can access everything you have on your smartphone. To set it up on this Sony, begin by opening Settings. Now scroll down to click on Security section. Scroll all the way down and click on Screen Lock over here. Now, personally, I never recommend to pick Swipe. That's because after you tap on it, it won't give you any security whatsoever, only this padlock animation. So pick one of those, pattern, pin or password, click on the best one, and create it. If you made a mistake or change your mind, don't worry, hit clear at the bottom left corner, and then create it again. When you're happy with your choice, hit next, and repeat it to confirm it. Then choose confirm at the bottom right corner again. And last but not least, answer this question. What do you want your lock screen to show? Show all notification content? Show sensitive content only when unlocked? Or don't show notifications at all? After applying the best option for you, you can tap on Done, also at the bottom right corner. So finally, when I go back, switch off my screen and turn it back on, I can see that pattern is now required. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to change lock screen method on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can change the method. Now, what do I mean by methods? Well, currently I have something called alphanumeric passwords. This means that I can enter basically anything I want, including special characters, numbers and letters, even though my password really is just 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually there's no need for me to have access to all of different letters and numbers and checkers and all of that, unless you want to bait someone into thinking you have more complicated passwords. But generally speaking, the simpler the better. So let's change the method from the alphanumeric to pin. We can do that by heading into the settings. Then we can scroll down a little and you should see security. Then you want to go into device security and enter screen lock. We first must enter our current password in order to even go into the settings themselves. So I'm going to input my pin here. And as you can see, we have this alphanumeric password, we have pin, we have pattern, and we have none and swipe, but these options aren't literally like patterns or like passwords at all, because there's literally no password. You can just swipe or do nothing in order to gain access to your device. So let's simply click pin, and now we must enter 4 digits, but of course we can also do a 6-digit pin and even bigger if you want to, but I'm going to stay with my very simple 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go once again with 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously you probably want to go into something more specific and not as simple and not as easy to guess for improved security. And as you can see now, we have the different screen lock. We can always go into the cogwheel, but you will notice that we actually do not really have much here. We could, for example, like disable or enable the enhanced pin privacy, but these settings are usually very specific to the type of the method we have on our screen lock. And you will notice that if we lock the screen, we no longer have the alphanumeric password or like keyboard, but instead we have this very simple dial pad, and we can freely input anything we want. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video I will show you how to set up fingerprint on your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! First, you want to navigate into your settings. Now in settings, you want to scroll down a little and enter security. In here, we can head into Fingerprint Manager, and we must input our pattern or just generally lock screen to go into the fingerprint settings. Of course, if you don't have a lock screen enabled, you will have to set it up before you set up the fingerprint. As you can see, we have some information about how exactly it works. So, the Fingerprint Unlock creates a unique model of your fingerprint to verify that it's you. To create this fingerprint model during setup, you will take images of your fingerprint from different positions. It's basically typical fingerprint unlock. So, let's go into here. And now we have, before starting, we want to hold our device normally, and we want to clean the finger and the sensor, and then we want to touch the sensor. This is actually very important, and many people actually skip this, but the sensor is right here. So you want to make sure that it's actually clean, and so is your finger. Don't keep any kind of grease on your finger or anything else, and only then you will have the ability to register it clearly. Now usually you probably want to pick up your phone, but because I'm the guy recording tutorials and I don't really want to register my thumb because that would be very awkward to use, I will instead register my middle finger, like that. And now you can just begin calibrating. If it helps, you can always lift up your phone and actually see where you're clicking. As you can see, we can now just keep pressing that. And we want to slightly change the position of our finger every single time we tap our little finger, and we can even see the animation. And as you can see, the fingerprint has been added, and now we can use the fingerprint to unlock our phone. So let's hit done. We can always press and hold it and change its name to, for example, something like this or whatever you want. And now if we lock our screen, we don't have to really input any kind of password or lock screen or whatever. You can just use your finger and you're good to go. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen, and then swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Next, locate the Do Not Disturb mode, which for me is right over here. Do not disturb. And anyway, once you see this toggle first time around, I recommend holding it. This will quickly take you to the settings where you can customize how the mode will function once enabled. Now, I'm going to go over a couple of the options that I just find a little bit more important over other ones. So under People, you can select specific individuals that will be able to bypass this mode. Then by scrolling down, we have Schedule. This allows you to select a fully automatic schedule, which will enable and disable this Do Not Disturb mode at a provided day of the week and start and end time. If you're planning to use this, just make sure that it is toggled on in here like so. Now, last thing in here that I like is the duration for quick settings. This defines what will happen when you manually turn on the Do Not Disturb mode. So by default, it will run indefinitely in the background. I personally tend to forget about it, so for me that's not a very good option, so I like to select it on a timer. When I enable it, it will then run for 4 hours, and after 4 hours it's going to turn itself off. So it gives me this peace of mind that if I forget about it, the device will remember it for me, and also covers enough time that I probably get through whatever I needed it for. So make sure that if you plan to go the same route, you add time that exceeds whatever you will need it in the future for, just in case. As you can obviously save it, and if you remember, you can turn it off. So anyway, once everything is set, you can find this toggle, and this time around you just simply tap on it to turn it on. So anyway, once it's turned on, you can see it tells us that it's going to be running until 7:13, so the 4 hours. And I can easily forget about it, but if I didn't, let's go back to the toggle and simply tap on it to turn it off. So with that being said, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to add or remove a Google account in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here, let me go back, here we have to scroll down and find the section which is called Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Let's tap. We do not have our Google account added, so we will begin this video with adding a new one, and then I'll show you how to remove it. So let's simply tap on Add Account and choose Google. Make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. You can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. And here in this step, you can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone. So let me do it quickly. And then tap on Next. Right here we have to enter the password, so let me do this out of the screen. Alright, perfect. Tap on Next. Here we have to decide who will be using this device, so just mark the option and then tap on Next. Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more and tap on I agree after reading. Here we've got the shortcut of backup and storage info, so basically you can back up photos and videos or other device data, or both, or you can don't turn on the backup. It's completely up to you. I will turn it off right now, because why not? And as you can see, we just successfully added our Google account to this device. And of course, if you wish to remove it, you have to, again, go to Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. You can go to Google. I mean, here we've got this whole Google section. However, it's kind of tricky to remove the Google account from this part, from this section. So I highly recommend to simply go back to Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts, then tap on the account and tap on Remove Account. Tap on Remove Account again, and as you can see, it will immediately disappear. Of course, if you've got your screen lock, you will have to enter to confirm the whole step. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in split screen view. If you want to learn exactly how to manage split screen on this Sony, I will show you how to do it without any tricks. Just devices settings and split screen that's supported by this Sony. Firstly, launch one of your apps you wanna use in split screen view and access it in the background. Now tap on multi-window at the bottom. And then select a second app by picking one of those. Or swipe all the way to the left. Click on All Apps section. And pick one from here. Either way, when you're ready, click on Done at the bottom right corner. As you can see now, I can use both of my apps at the same time. To go back from split screen view, you can either go back to background apps and swipe both, or if you want to leave one of those open, hold this line in the middle of them and drag it all the way up or all the way down. Then hit Home button. You can also tap on multi-window. Pick one of your combination on the left right away, or switch your top app and bottom app. The only requirement to do it is opening one random app in the background first, then hit Done again. Most people don't know though that you can actually launch two apps in the background. It won't work with one, so make sure to open two. Click on the icon of one of them at the top and select split screen. Then tap on the second one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can change and customize your keyboard. If you want to try something different than your default Gboard keyboard, here's how to change theme of it in a few seconds. Begin by launching Gboard and clicking on this icon of a color palette at the top of it. Now you can access any of those themes. To see even more, tap on those icons at the top right corners. And after picking a perfect one, click on it. Manage key borders thanks to this switcher. And hit apply at the bottom right corner. So when I do that, as you can see, theme of my Gboard has changed. But now my favorite part. To customize it with any photo you have on your Sony, click on this icon of a color palette again. And this time hit this plus under my themes. Now tap on a photo you want to apply as your new keyboard's background. Pinch it to scale, drag it to move, and hit next. Adjust the brightness by swiping left or right. Hit done. Manage key borders and tap on apply. And this time theme of my keyboard was successfully customized with an image. If you want to manage any of your keyboard themes, go back to the same settings. Now, to remove any, click on it, tap on bin icon at the top right corner, and confirm your choice in the pop-up. To edit one of your custom ones, click on it as well, and tap on this pen available next to bin icon to make all of your changes. Make sure to tap on apply and wait. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to add the Google account onto your Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, first, we simply must enter something that requires a Google account. I'm going to use the Play Store, because as you can see, I am not logged in, though alternatively you could enter your settings. You could scroll down into password, passkeys and accounts, and we can go into add account and then Google. It doesn't really matter how you're going to do it. Now we must verify that it's indeed we that want to enable and add a new account. So I will just input my current lock screen password. And after some moments we should be able to input our Gmail credentials. Like that. So I will do it right now. And by the way, as a little fun fact, you don't really have to add every single time that gmail.com, because it's just not necessary. If the first half of your Gmail checks out, you can just go into next and you should be able to enter your password. It's a nice and niche little life hack, but I think it does speed up the process just a little bit. Now after a moment, we should be able to input our password. And after you have done that, you can simply go and press next. And after this loads, we can choose who will be using this device, either we or our child. And in other words, this is basically a question whether or not you want to set up parental controls or not. So if you don't trust your child, or your bad parent, so your child is way too addicted to your phone, you probably want to set this, and then you want to continue with setting up parental controls. But we have full tutorial just for this, so I'm not going to really go into that. And mostly I will be using this device anyway. So let's go into next. And after a moment, we have to agree to terms of service, play terms of service, and privacy policy. So let's go into I agree. I believe that we should now, enable Google services. Never mind. We have our Google account now. And you will notice that, for example, we can now go into YouTube and we should be automatically logged into our account. Unfortunately, we have to manually go into Play Store, for example. And we should see a nice get started. So let's skip the bloatware, let's use our password. And we can also input the password and we can basically use our Google account however we like. So anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to add the photo to contact in this device. So let's begin with opening your contact list, for example with the usage of the dialer. It's completely up to you. And then let's find the contact which you wish to edit and then tap on it. And now we have to simply tap on this edit icon in the right upper corner, so the pencil icon. Now let's tap on add picture, and here we've been transferred to the full list of different sections from which we can choose the photo from. So first of all, device photos, where we've got the camera and gallery. By tapping on the camera, you can open the camera up and take a photo of someone who's right in front of you. You can pick something from the gallery, so from the photos you've previously taken, same from Google Photos if you've got it backed up. Here we've got monograms. So after tapping on the circle, we can enter the first letter of the name, surname, or whatever you wish. Change the background color if you want to. You can also change the font, the type of the font, and the thickness of it. As you can see here, we've got the thick one, and here we've got a lighter one. Moreover, instead of using the monogram, you can also use emoji. So just tap on this option here. Here you can pick the monochrome option, so you will have more the icon rather than the emoji. And simply tap on it to use any kind of emoji you wish. As you can see, you've got plenty of the categories to choose from. You do not really have to use the photo of someone's of this person. Moreover, here at the top you've got the illustrations, which are free of charge and they are available online. So again, if you do not have a photo, you don't want to take a photo, you can choose something from those options. Maybe find something which resembles you of this person, etc. So let me pick maybe something from those options. Let me choose this one. Basically, just tap on the specific option. Here you've got also the presets, so you can change the colors. And you can also crop the picture. So it doesn't matter if you will use the illustration or you will use a regular photo, you will be able to crop it. So you can zoom it in or out just by using 2 fingers here. You can also change the position of it. You can change the size of this highlighted circle. And basically, thanks to it, you can decide what you will see after saving the whole contact, because this highlighted circle is responsible for it. So position it just like you want to and then tap on choose. Now let's tap on save in the right upper corner. And this is how our contact will look like. Of course, you will be able to see this photo on the contact list and, for example, during all incoming calls from that specific number. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into safe mode. So, to get started, we're gonna hold power button and volume up, which brings up our boot options, and in here you wanna hold power off. When you do, as you can see, it brings up this window, reboot to safe mode. Do you want to reboot into safe mode? This will disable all third-party applications that you have installed. They'll be restored when you reboot again. Let's click on OK. And this will now initiate a reboot, and when the device boots back up, it will enter safe mode. Now, like the message stated, in safe mode only the pre-installed apps will function, so any app that you have installed yourself will be temporarily disabled and neither you nor the device will be able to start it up. And as you can see, we are now in safe mode. So we can see this mark right here. You can also see that widgets don't work in here, and any app that will not be able to be used in this mode looks like this. So basically becomes monochrome. And if you try to open it up, it gives you this message: downloaded apps disabled in safe mode. And there is a lot more on the second page. Now, once you're done troubleshooting your device and you want to go back to the normal mode, again, gonna hold the power button and the volume up, and then we're gonna select restart. And when the device boots back up, it automatically enters normal mode. And as you can see, we're now back in normal mode with every app being available to us once again. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can add a password to Passwords Manager. If you're struggling to add a password to your manager, don't worry, you're not the only one. That's why I decided to record this video and show you exactly how you can do it. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to tap on Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Then choose Open under Google. Hit Google Password Manager. And choose Accounts at the bottom left corner to finally hit Add Password at the top and input all of those informations. If you don't see Add Password option though, don't worry, that means that you never added a password before. You see, to add them manually from here, you need at least one. So to fix it, hit Settings at the bottom right corner. Make sure Offer to Save Passwords option is on, and then go back to Auto View with Google section. You can leave settings open in the background. When you access any app where you need to log in by inputting, for example, email and a password. Then wait for the pop-up to show. When it does, select Save at the bottom right corner and go back to the same settings. Finally, you can click on Google Password Manager to see your password successfully added and Add Password option enabled. So you can finally click on it and input all of those informations. At the top, select any website, or hit Select App and tap on the chosen one. Then enter your username, email or phone number, password, and even take some helpful notes. When you're ready, hit Save at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, to get started, we will want to open up our settings and here navigate to the very bottom where you will find System and then select Reset Options. You want to select Erase All Data Factory Reset and give it a moment. This will then present you with a list of data that will be removed by this process, which importantly includes things like music, photos, and all user data. It also mentions that the Google account will be signed out. So we're just going to select Erase All Data, and then make sure that we want to do this, as all the data will be deleted. So we're going to select again Erase All Data. And this will now begin factory resetting our device. Now this process will take about 1, probably 2 minutes closer to finish up, and once it's completed, we will be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. Now I do have a SIM card in my device, so I'm going to quickly take it out. So there we go. So this should disappear any moment now. And there we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can add audio or a video file to text message. I got a lot of comments about adding audio or a video file to text message using default messages app on this Sony. So I tested it and now I'll show you exactly how to do it. Firstly, open Messages app and select or create a chat. Wherever you decided when you're ready to add a video file, click on this icon of a camera and the photo at the bottom right corner and either switch from photo to video to record it and automatically add it to your message after you finish, or pick one of those videos, tap on the chosen one and it will be automatically added as well. If you can't find your video here, you can scroll, look for it here, and if you still can't find it, hit folders at the bottom left corner to look for it here. Then tap on it to attach it, and this time hit down at the bottom right corner twice. To record audio and send it right away, use this icon at the bottom right corner. Record your message using this microphone and then hit attach. If you want to pick already existing audio file, don't worry, I got you. That's actually the most complicating thing to do over here, because after tapping on this plus at the bottom left corner, you need to hit Files. And over here, many people get lost. You see, to find your audio file, you can access one of those apps, or hit Audio at the top to look for it here. But if you still can't find it, you need to tap on those three lines at the top left corner and look for it in all of those sections. Either way, when you find it, tap on it to add it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how we can hard reset this device through recovery mode. Now, before I get started, I am going to quickly mention that you can do this kind of reset in order to get rid of a screen lock if you have one set that you just don't know. I have a pattern set here that I'm just going to progress as though I don't know. So to get started, we're just going to need to turn off our device, which we can do by holding power button and the volume up. There we go. This brings up our boot options, and from here just select power off. When the device turns off, hold your power button and the volume down at the same time. And when you see the Sony logo on the screen, let go of the power button. In a moment, this will take us to the recovery mode. There we go. At which point you can let go of the volume down as well. Now, using either volume up or down, you can navigate. So down will navigate down and up, obviously up. And power button will be used to confirm whatever selected. So with that in mind, you want to scroll down and select Wipe Data, Factory Reset, confirm it using your power button, and select Factory Data Reset the same way, confirm that. It quickly goes through a wipe. As you can see at the bottom, we have a data log right here, and it tells us that data wipe complete. So it's finished, and automatically reboot system now will be selected by default, so just press power button once more to initiate that reboot. Now this just wiped the data so far, and it's going to now install the system or reset it. So this will take the device a little bit longer to boot back up than it normally does, because it's still continuing the reset in the background. So I'm going to let it run through and come back once it's finished for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I will show you how you can import contacts from your SIM card to the device. So, to get started, you will want to open up your standalone contacts application, like this one right over here. We don't need to allow notifications. And in here, we're going to navigate to Organize. Then you want to select at the bottom, Manage SIM. And this in turn will show you all the contacts that are located on your SIM card. Now by default, the device will try to import all of the contacts to your Google account. It's just a way to try to steal phone numbers from people that never consented to this, as by importing them to Google, you literally giving the name and the number of people, other people, right, for Google to see and well, do whatever they do with them. So anyway, we're going to drop it down here and change it to the device, because screw you Google, you don't need all the contacts. You can hoover up trash from places where you actually pay for it. Anyway, in here, you can see all these contacts now become selected. As with the Google account, you can see they were all grayed out. Now that's because these contacts already existed on the Google account. Now just to heads up, these contacts are not real contacts. These are just like the ones that you get with a SIM card, things like these SIM status and voicemail and stuff like that, something along those lines. So they can hoover up this trash. I don't care really. But anyway, once we selected other device, at that point none of these contacts exist in this location, so I can import all of them. I can also deselect some of the ones that I don't want, and from there we can click on import. As you can see, this import selected contacts, it gives me the number how many, and when I go back to my list, they should be visible right here. Now, you may also see, if you're importing to Google, a notification to delete these contacts from your SIM card. By God, don't do this. It's just Google trying to, again, take control over everything. They can piss off with that one. They don't need to delete your contacts from a SIM card. SIM card is there as a, or contacts on there as a safe backup. If something ever happens to your phone, you can put it into another one, and automatically you have all your contacts without needing to log into your Google account. I would say that's more convenient than trying to log into a Google account just to get your phone numbers. So don't delete them. Number two, they never get in the way. And additionally, with that not getting in the way and importing your contacts, when you go to your contacts tab, you can see we have right now displaying contacts from everywhere. So all contacts. We can also choose to show contacts from a device and the Google account. So I can specifically pick where these contacts will be shown from. And notice there is no SIM card here because they never get in the way, therefore we don't need to delete them. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to install Facebook Lite to save memory on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, as you can see, we do have our normal Facebook installed. However, the problem with normal Facebook is that it's incredibly large application and usually it waits quite a lot. You can go into App Info, and unfortunately we cannot see it right here, how much space it actually says it has, and unfortunately it looks like we cannot really disable the Facebook or uninstall it, we can only disable it, which is very unfortunate. Even if we try to go here, we don't really see the button for uninstalling, which is pretty bad. And even if we enter through here, so I can go into manage, we can go into Facebook, you will notice that we actually do not have the trash bin icon. However, every single other application, even if we are in manage, for example here we can go into trash bin, but unfortunately in here we can simply go to trash bin, but actually the Facebook is still going to persist. So unfortunately there isn't a way for you to get rid of the Facebook entirely. However, I will try to... Oh, that's quite interesting. My internet decided to die. Cool. So I will still try to get rid of it, and I can do that by simply disabling the application, and this way it will no longer run in the background and it's basically frozen. But of course we are chronically online, so we want to keep in touch with, I don't know, our friends or family. So let's instead go into our Play Store, which I have no idea why I keep having problems with my Wi-Fi. That's pretty interesting. Okay, the Wi-Fi is back. So once again, I can now go into my Play Store. I can start typing in Facebook, which is right here. So let's go into Facebook. And you will notice that we actually, after scrolling down a little, we should see something called Facebook Lite. And the cool part is we can see that it's actually have a similar app that we have already installed, and it's Facebook that currently weighs 83 megabytes. And if we go to view, we unfortunately don't really see how much megabytes. Oh, we actually do. It's Facebook Lite and it weighs 2.8 megabytes, which I think you can clearly see that there is a very, very big difference between two. So let's install our Facebook Lite. And by the way, you can even see how fast this should install, even with my poor Wi-Fi. And now we can open it, and we can just use Facebook Lite instead of normal Facebook to have better memory, to have better memory management, to have bigger battery usage, smaller battery usage and bigger battery life, and generally speaking, have better experience. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I'll show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you'll want to swipe down from the top of your screen like so, and do that once more to extend the list of visible toggles. Next, locate the hotspot toggle. For me, it's right over here. So anyway, once you see it, first time around, I recommend holding it, as this will quickly take you to the setup of your hotspot. Now in here you'll find under the hotspot password a randomly generated password. I recommend getting rid of it and then setting up your own password, which will need to have at least 8 characters in length. That can be letters or numbers, it doesn't really matter. I chose a very simple one. Anyway, let's click on OK. Additionally, you can go over the other options in here, like turn off hotspot automatically. This is something that might be important to you. If you tend to use your hotspot for prolonged periods of time, it might sometimes turn itself off automatically when it detects that no data is being used, even though you're connected to it. In this case, you might want to turn it off. But for most people, if you're going to be turning it on just like occasionally to do, I don't know, a quick task with it, for instance, like I do, this option is a very nice option, as I tend to not turn it off myself later on, and this would mean that it would, with this toggle off, it would run indefinitely in the background, and Hotspot does consume more of your phone's battery, so if it's not being used, it's just wasting your phone's battery. Now additionally, we have use 2.4 GHz only band. If you turn that off, it's going to add a 5 GHz one, so it would basically give you a faster and more stable connection, but not every device will be able to see the 5 GHz one. The 2.4 is basically used by literally every device that has any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity, and for a phone hotspot, I think it's pretty good. You don't need like a blazing fast hotspot, even though like when your phone doesn't even give you this fast of an internet from mobile. So I'll keep it as it is. Now we're gonna just close this up and let's find the toggle once more. This time around, simply tap on it to turn it on. Now unfortunately here, as I just realized, it turns off your Wi-Fi. You've seen happen. Let's give it a second, it should re-enable. Yep, there we go. You can see it automatically re-enables. So when using your hotspot, all your internet will be going from your mobile network. If you have a limited data plan, this might not be a very good option for you. And also, obviously, with it enabled, this device that is hosting right now cannot use internet through Wi-Fi, as it's using the same antennas to broadcast the internet to other devices now. So anyway, once your hotspot is enabled, you can connect to your mobile network with other devices to this one and use internet on those. And once you're done using it, you can click on this toggle once more to turn it off, and as you see, this will also re-enable your Wi-Fi automatically. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I would like to show you how you can set up an alarm clock. If you wanna adjust alarm clock perfectly for your needs on this Sony, here's how to do it. Don't worry, you don't need any special apps or secret codes. All you need is to find Clock app that's already on your Sony and click on it. Now hit alarm at the bottom left corner, and to create a new one, use this plus icon. Following that, set up an hour in Select Time pop-up and hit OK to create new alarm. As you can see, mine was successfully created. Now you can customize it however you want to. At the top, you can add label to name it and hit OK to save its new name. To change an hour, click on it, set up a different one, and choose OK to save your changes. Now tap on Days of the Week by clicking on the chosen ones. And if you want to, click on this plus next to Pause Alarm to exclude some specific dates. Then hit OK at the bottom right corner. If you want to remove those dates, use the Remove button right next to them. Now click on this bell icon here. Tap on Dismiss or download one of those sound platforms if you want to use music from them. And if you do, you will need to click on the chosen one here and log in. To add any song from your smartphone, click on Add New, tap on a song and go back. To pick one of those melodies, just apply the best one by clicking on it. Now click on this icon next to Vibrate to disable or enable haptic feedback. And if you want to add your alarm to Google Assistant routine, use plus icon right next to it. Now to hide all of those options, click at the top right corner. To switch on or off your alarm, use this switcher right next to it. To make any changes, click on it again and change whatever you want to. To delete it though, use the delete option at the bottom left one. Before we finish this video, I wanna show you something most people miss. Click on those three dots at the top right corner. Select Settings in the pop-up. And after scrolling down, adjust all of those options as well, like snooze length. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to remove screen lock on Sony Xperia X Mark VII. Let's begin! So there are two main possibilities why you would want to remove screen lock. Either A, you just don't like it, but you do know the password, or B, you have forgotten your password and you can't really access your device. I will start with the possibility A, and it's the fact that you know your password. For me, it's this L shape. So if you want to remove the lock screen, you want to head into your settings. Then you want to scroll down a little until you will see a section called Security. Let's go in there. Now, under Device Security, we should be able to go into screen lock, and as you can see, in order to even access these settings, you need to have your pattern. So I will input my password, and as you can see, now we can choose a new screen lock. If you want to remove the lock screen completely, you can just go to None. This way, whenever you click power button, you will see your home screen. However, I would advise you to keep swipe, just because sometimes you accidentally click power button, and if you have access to home screen, you might accidentally click some things, and the screen lock generally is pretty good. So now, as you can see, we are prompted if we are for sure want to delete screen lock. Let's go to delete, and as you can see, now we have no password, so we can lock our screen, and now we must simply swipe up in order to just gain access to our device. And if you're curious, we can always go and change it to None. And this is how it looks. As you can see now, whenever I press power button, I'm immediately in my home screen and I don't even have to swipe anything. So yeah, that's for the A option. But what if you do have your home screen? If you do have your lock screen and you do not know the password? Like, come on, what is this? Well, in that case, you probably want to perform a factory reset, but in order to perform it, we first need to gain access to the recovery mode. You can always watch my full tutorial for explanation how you can get into it, but generally speaking, you want to start pressing and holding power button with volume up button, like that, and whenever screen goes black, you want to switch your fingers and start pressing power button and volume down button. And when Sony logo appears, you are generally safe to go, or good to go. And as you can see, we are now in the recovery mode. In here, you want to navigate using volume up and down buttons. You want to go into wipe data / factory reset, and then we can go into power key in order to accept. And you can of course navigate down and click accept once again. Now I'm not going to do this because it will wipe everything. I mean, yeah, it will wipe your passwords, but with it, it will also wipe all your images, all your videos, all your applications, all your contacts, messages, music, everything you have saved on your device will be permanently deleted. So it's not very wise to do it unless you really want to, and unless you're pretty sure that you will never remember your password ever. But if there's a slight chance that there's for example, some combination you don't know, I would strongly advise you to try to guess it and then remove the screen lock using the first method, because this one is a bit more disruptive, to say at least. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia X Mark VII, and let me share with you how to check the total screen time on this device. Alright, so let's begin with opening the settings. And right here we have to scroll down to find the option which is called Digital Wellbeing and Parental Controls. So right here we've got the graph which will show us for how long we've been using this device today. As you can see, in my case it's 23 minutes, and most of the time I've spent on the settings than the camera. We've got also the unlocks and notifications count. So now let me quickly show you how to check further details and then how to limit the time spent on the screen. So we can tap inside the graph and we will be transferred to this dashboard where we can check the specific screen time in particular days of the week. Of course, if you will have more data, you will be able to tap on specific days and check at the time. Under it, you've got the list of apps which you've been using with specific time of spent on them. You can also tap on the specific app, for example, the settings, and again we've got the dashboard, but this time it is tightly connected with this one app. To limit the time spent on the screen, you can use app timers. Probably you saw this hourglass icon next to the specific app. Basically, this is the app timer, so let's tap on it. I meant this hourglass icon. So here we can find the app which we are using frequently and which we would like to limit. So let's pretend it's camera. Let's simply tap on this hourglass icon and basically we can set the app timer. So for example, if I will set it for 1 hour and 30 minutes, it means that I can use the app for 1 hour and 30 minutes during a day. And after that time, basically your device will block the app. And at the midnight, your device will reset the app timer, and again, you will be able to use the camera. If you wish to block the app, let's say permanently, but it is not permanent, of course, you can set it for 0 hours and 0 minutes. Tap on OK. As you can see, this app is blacked out, or actually grayed out right now. We've got 0 minutes of the timer. It is also blacked out here. Grayed out, sorry. It's grayed out here. And after trying to open it, we will have this pop-out window with the information that the app is paused and we do not have the limit to use the app, and just simply come back tomorrow when the timer will be reset. But obviously it will not, because we've got it set for 0 hours and 0 minutes. So basically this is one of the ways to limit the usage of the app. Obviously we can go to the settings and we can change it right here. We can simply remove the app timer and everything will be all right. Again, we will be able to freely use the app. However, it's quite a nice option to at least try to limit some the usage. Moreover, in the ways to disconnect, you've got different modes, for example the focus mode. And so here you've got the list of apps. You can select those which are distracting you, so sending a lot of notifications, for example. So let me again pick the camera and maybe Chrome. Here we can tap on set a schedule and we can choose specific days of the week and specific hours, so it's obviously up to you. I will pick something like that and then tap on set. And as you can see, it is set. Those apps are grayed out right now, which means that our device will hide the notifications from those apps. Obviously, you will still receive them, but your device won't show them at all. All right. Alright, so basically this is it. This is how to check the total screen time in this device. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and let me share with you how to turn off the ads. So we will begin with removing the personalization of the advertisements. Of course, it will not limit the adverts itself. However, it will limit the personalization, the customization. So they will not be as direct as they were before. So let's start with opening the settings. And here we have to scroll down to find the Google section. Let's tap. Then we have to go to all services and go to privacy and security, where you can find ads. So as you can see here, we've got something called advertising ID, thanks to which our device is showing us more personalized advertisements. So first of all, I highly recommend to simply tap on Reset Advertising ID, confirm, and then delete advertising ID, and delete it. And thanks to it, as I said, we will receive less personalized advertisements. Another thing which I highly recommend to do is to try to turn off the notifications from the apps which are showing you advertisements. So let's pretend I'm getting a lot of advertisements from Play Store. So all you have to do is to find the app and tap on it and hold it, and then go to App Info. Now we have to tap on Notifications. And here, as you can see, we've got different notification categories. So I highly recommend to try find something which is connected with the advertisement. So for example, here, payments, deals, and recommendations, something like that. And all you have to do is to simply tap on the switcher to turn off the specific category, and you should get less notifications about the advertisements, of course, right here. All right, another thing which I highly recommend to do is to consider replacing the apps in which you're getting a lot of advertisements with other ones. So just, for example, if you're using the file manager, which shows you a lot of advertisements, I highly recommend going to the Play Store and find the file manager which is not connected with the advertisements. So obviously, I mean, this is the obvious tip, but sometimes we forget about that. Another thing which I highly recommend to do is to download the Adblock. So let's go to the Play Store. First of all, you need the internet connection, be aware about that, and secondly, you need to be logged in. You can check how to log in, how to add the Google account in our separate video, how to add or remove a Google account in the specific device. So after entering, just go to search and tap on anything called Adblock or Adblocker or anything like that. And basically you will be able to find the adblocks for the Android, for the browser, for apps, etc. So I highly recommend to check those options and obviously use those which are highly rated, so you will be able to you will be sure that they are all right. But basically consider using the ad blocker. And as a last resort, as a last tip actually, I highly recommend to set the private DNS. So let's go to the settings. Here at the top we've got the option which is called network and internet, and here we should have something called private DNS. So let's tap on it. Set private DNS provider hostname, and all you have to enter here is dns.adguard.com and tap on save. And thanks to it you will receive much less advertisements. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII, and today I want to show you how we can record screen on this phone. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, and then swipe down once again to extend the list of visible toggles, which will reveal screen recording. For me, it is visible right over here. So once you see it, you can simply tap on it. This will bring up this window, letting you choose if you're going to be either recording a single application, which is set by default, or if you're going to be recording the entire screen. I'm going to choose entire screen. Next, you have the option to record audio. By default, it is turned off, but you can change it to device audio or also select microphone or both. And below that, we have show touches on screen, which will record a semi-transparent gray dot wherever your finger was pressing the display. From there, we can select start recording. Starts a 3-second countdown, then gives you a notification that indicates that we are now recording. So whatever you'll do right now will be recorded by the device. You can open up some applications. And close them up. Now, there sometimes are applications that you won't be able to record, but by the looks of it here, we don't have any of those, so I can't really showcase this. Now, anyway, once you're done recording, you can swipe down again and click right here to stop. As you can see, this stops our screen recording and automatically saves it. Now, normally you would be able to find your screen recordings by going into your Photos application, and it would show up, I believe, in Photos somewhere here, and under Collections it should show up under Screenshots or Videos, but you can see under the newest ones there is nothing here. Under screenshots, there is nothing here, at least not videos. And there's also no movies folder. It's going to be in like one of these. There we go. Okay, so it's right here. So for some reason this is placed in a like an album or whatever, collection. So typically that wouldn't be the case for you. You'd see this somewhere a little bit easier to find. And also this would also show up on your Photos tab and so on. Anyway, you can see, and here we have our screen recording. Now, what I was going or talking about before with some applications not allowing you to record them. Said applications are things like Spotify or Netflix. Now, when you try to record them, it just won't give you any information that you're not really doing it. It will look like you're recording, but when you go to play it back, instead of seeing whatever we see right here, you're just going to see a straight up black screen as long as the application that won't allow you to record is open. So sometimes you might want to check out if the app that you're trying to record can be recorded. And just to kind of give you a heads up, if it seems like an absolute bullshit, that's because it completely is. It's super hypocritical for someone like Spotify to basically block you from recording a screen on your own freaking phone with an app that comes some of the times provided with the device, when this piece of shit company literally started itself from piracy. Awesome there. I highly recommend doing the same thing. Just take a page out of their book and just pirate your own stuff so you don't have to pay them subscription. But anyway, just, a little bit tidbit there. So that's the screen recording. So anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you what to do when you have forgotten your lock screen password on Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, as you can see, I have my pattern here, and unfortunately I have forgotten my pattern. So what can I possibly do? Well, if you have already tried to actually remember the pattern and you failed at doing that, I would strongly advise you to try once again, because the only way you can actually gain access back, I only did this because I have the Fingerprint Unlock, never mind. But if you still don't know your password, you have no idea how to unlock your device, there's only one thing you can do, and it's to perform a hard reset. Now I must warn you that performing a hard reset is very dangerous, and you probably don't want to do this because you will remove the lock screen. Yeah, you will do it, sure, but you will also remove everything, so your music, your photos, your videos, your applications, everything will be gone, including the, of course, lock screen as well, but everything will be wiped. So be very careful when doing that, and you should be good to go. But yeah, if you still don't know the password, let's start by simply performing the factory reset. So once we see this, let's start pressing and holding the power button and volume up button at the same time. Now when the screen goes black, you want to release both fingers. So I failed, let's try once again. And then you want to... Okay, wait, once again. You want to press and hold power button and volume up button. So let's do that now. And once the screen goes black, you want to release both fingers. And then you want to start pressing power button and volume down button. Let's keep pressing for a moment, but basically after we see Sony logo, we should be good to go. And we now see the Android recovery system. And all you want to do is you want to navigate using power keys to an option called Wipe Data / Factory Reset. And all you want to do is just confirm with power button. Now you will have the warning, the same I've told you before, that you want to that you have the warning that if the phone is reset, you'll need to enter the Google account information and associate it with the phone to be able to use it again, which is quite important. So, but actually for you, you can actually say that you don't remember the password to Google and you can somehow get around with that. But anyway, let's simply move downwards to factory data reset. Let's hit OK. And as you can see, data wipe is now complete. And all you want to do is just reboot your system now. Just like that. Now we want to wait for a moment. And after the screen goes blank, after our phone completely reboots, we should be able to, well, actually just, you know, see the factory reset option. No, not the factory reset option. We should see the ability to just, well, see ourselves set the new phone. As you can see, we should see this right now. But of course, it's of course depending on the phone, but it will sometimes take longer. Or I can just pause the recording, to be honest. And after a couple of minutes have passed, we can see this, and as you can see now we could go into get started and we could start setting up our phone. But I'm not going to do that because this is for another video, since it is pretty time consuming. However, if you will have struggles actually, you know, getting through the setup process because you must input your previous lock screen, you can always watch our tutorial on how to get past this. However, it's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to change the DPI settings for Sony Xperia 10 Mark VII. Let's begin! So, there are two main ways for changing DPI settings, the safer one and the more extreme one. Let's start with the safer. First of all, we want to head into settings. Then, let's scroll down just a little bit and enter display. In here, we can, right under appearance, see display size and text, and we want to enter the settings. So here we can change the display size or DPI settings like the safer way. So we can bump up the font size, we can bump up the display size, and now we have this enormous screen. It's actually pretty funny. Like look at everything here. It's enormous. And of course we can tweak around, we can play around with this, or we can make everything very, very tiny. Also, if you want to, we could make text bolder, and then we would want to make everything, not this, we could make everything really, really big. So now, using your phone is, yeah, that's pretty funny, right? However, oh, by the way, if you play around with it too much, you can also head back to display. You want to head back into display size and text, and right at the bottom we have just the ability to reset all the settings to basic settings, which is quite okay. However, for some people this is not enough, especially considering that many people actually want to zoom out even further and they just can't. So how can we, sorry for the quicking, how can we actually increase it to zoom out? Well, we want to scroll all the way down into the About Phone section. Now in here, you want to scroll once again all the way down, and right at the bottom we will have build number. So we want to click and tap it a few times. Now we must input our current lock screen password. And congratulations, we are now a developer. So now we can leave this, we can go into system, and here now we have newer options called developer options. We can enter them, and now we want to start scrolling down until we'll see a section called drawing. We have networking, surely we should see input, and finally we have drawing. And now we want to focus on smallest width, currently being set to 485. Generally speaking, if you make this value lower, for example, let's set it to 300, you will increase the screen display size. So as you can see, everything is now bigger, so we have to scroll once again to the drawing section. which is right here. So as you can see, the smallest width possible is 320, but obviously you can always bump this up with, for example, the font size that I showed you earlier. However, we can also make this number bigger. As you can see, we saw 425, so let's start with 700. And you will notice that our main menu is now very, very small, and our Xperia Home keeps stopping. So if we close the app, we actually see nothing, because Xperia Home is our UI for the phone, which is quite funny that it has issues with that. But anyway, you want to basically be very careful when changing this, because now if we would scroll it even further, and we can bump this value to 850 maybe, so let's hit OK. And as you can see, it's even smaller. Once again, we have to scroll down to the drawing, which I have lost. Where's the drawing? Here's the drawing. So we can bump up this value even further to 1000. And as you can see, at some point it became so small that you have troubles actually changing things here. Like seriously, I can barely see anything. Seriously, where's the drawing section? Okay, here. So we have this smallest width. And the reason it's dangerous is because if you set it up to very, very high amounts, like, I don't know, 200 or, 2000, you will probably not be able to turn it back, seriously. And this, of course, includes everything. So now everything in our device is smaller. Oh, we can't even... Ooh. As you can see, our home screen now doesn't work. Oh. Yeah, so as you can see, our whole phone now starts breaking, and we cannot really access the gestures anymore, which is quite interesting. So, once again, be very, very careful when changing the settings. Hopefully we should be able to go to the display size and text, and maybe we can reset them here. Yes, so luckily we can reset these settings through here if you screw something up, but as you can see, there are still some visual glitches, so just to be sure, I will... Okay, the gestures aren't working anyway, which is quite interesting. So let's try to just maybe reboot our phone. And I think that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time!